That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome, everybody, to a Friday night stream. It is 10:40 p.m. Eastern. It is April 16th, 2021, and it is time for some more Neverwinter Nights 2 complete. And I have some cool stuff to talk to you all about, which I think you'll be excited about regarding what we're doing for D&D with viewers tomorrow and all that stuff. It's going to be good. So, welcome, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. Before I talk a little bit about what's going on tonight and tomorrow, let me remind everybody about ways to support the stream. If you haven't done so already, please consider following the channel. Please check out our YouTube channel with !ArvTube. We've had a few more subscribers over there. We're at about 784, I think. Again, we're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers over there. So if you haven't already done so, and if you have a Google account, if you would not mind subbing to me over there, that would be appreciated. It doesn't cost anything to sub over there, but it allows the channel to move closer to monetization and to other benefits that will be good down the road for the channel. So if people are able to do that, that would be lovely. If you could consider that, you can see past broadcasts of this and other streams over there. !ArvCord is the Discord channel where you can hang out. No, I'm not hyping the hype. This is actual hype. !ArvCord is the Discord channel where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. That is always a good thing. !Arv Cord for that, and !Arv Tweets is my Twitter, where you'll be able to see when I'm going live. I hope people were following Twitter today so that they could know why it was I was starting later today. The fact that I had this panel at Flights of Foundry, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So that's going on. That happened today. So !Arv Tweets to follow me over there. And of course, the website for this is www.arvaneleron.com, which you can find at arvaneleron.com. That's the website. On the financial side, !Arv Shop is my merchandise area where you can get stuff for Infinity and Beyond, Adventures in Middle-earth, and soon to be Esper Genesis and the whole business. Oh, thank you, Rising Tides. You know, it's funny. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. I'm glad it was fine because we couldn't see any of you, and I'm going to talk more about that in a minute because I was like, it was a little confusing for me. But anyway, but I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much. So what have we got going on? Yes. So anyway, !Arv Shop. That shop is going to be going through, be aware that shop is going to be going through some renovation. So please excuse the look of the place while it's being fixed up over the next few months, 3 to 6 months or so. !Arv Shop for that. !Arv Treon is the Patreon. What's up, Rock God? Is the Patreon, where you can, of course, support the channel that way, and that is always very much appreciated. Also really helps the channel if you're able to jump over and do that. That is really the financial backbone of the channel and allows you to, again, support the channel and get cool stuff for yourself. Excuse me. Also allow you to inspire, get inspirations to help the players during the tabletop campaigns and things like that. So please consider jumping on board and supporting us there. Also, please consider jumping on board and supporting us by subbing to the channel, as Mrs. Dunsel did today. Thank you again, Mrs. Dunsel, for the 31 total months. Oh my goodness, 31 flavors of ice cream. I saw what you did there. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dunsel, as always. Thank you so much to Sticker Glue, who has subscribed for 6 months, a 6-month streak. Congratulations, Sticker Glue. Welcome to the coveted, whatever the heck the next group is, whatever the next quill is. I don't remember what that is. It's 6 months, but congratulations and thank you so much for doing that. And thank you, everybody, for jumping on board with the subs, and please consider doing that because, again, you can inspire the players and do all that kind of good stuff, and that's always appreciated as well. And if you have not already done so, please consider supporting on the publication side as well. What's up, Nonstop? Icarus is my Icarus graphic novel, which is a finalist in the IBPA Benjamin Franklin Awards, the final vote for which will be held next month. Very excited about that, and if you want to know more about that, you can type in !Icarus. You can also find out more about my publisher for that series, Athos Arts, and Athos Arts is also the publisher of record for the Grey Shade books, the Grey Assassin trilogy. The first book is coming out within the next couple of months anyway, and then the rest of the Kickstarter for Grey Shade is going to be happening later in the summer. That's extremely exciting. Really big stuff is going to be happening with that, and again, we reconfigured the way we were releasing things so that we could make sure that we were getting this stuff out, but it's working with a lot of my favorite people in the industry, Athos Arts, of course, the Alligator Alley folks, of course, and Aaron Rosenberg, John Helfers, Dylan Bertolo, just obviously Trendine Sparks doing the audiobook, so much cool stuff. And you can find that at !Grayshade KS. And of course, the Alligator Alley folks, you can also find by checking out Library, !Library, for Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, which will be coming out of physical. It is already out in physical form. It's just sitting in a dock in Customs. As soon as freaking Customs lets it go, it's now been sitting there for closing in now on 2.5 months, I think. It would be really great if they could release it so that we could actually sell it and get it to the Kickstarter backers. That would be really great. But in any case, it's available in the digital form right now, right there at DriveThruRPG by checking out Library. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, very important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. If you've been following the news over the last week, you will see again more evidence and example of that exact same thing. And I'm tired of talking about it because I'm so sad and tired that it continues to happen. And yet we have to continue to bring it up because it continues to be something that until it stops, until it ceases, it's our obligation, I think, to continue to shed a light and put attention to it. And so BLM, please, to find out information about how you can help. Help Now is the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important, again, to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. Now, quick note about schedule, which is simply that today we have got some Neverwinter Nights 2 coming. Now, the reason that I am here a little late is because I was doing a panel. And for more information about that, let me just get rid of this. And I guess that's good for that. So let me just do that. And let me switch over to this. Welcome to my orange abode today. We've got orange things going on. The reason I did orange, by the way, is because the Neverwinter Nights 2 cover, the eye on the Neverwinter Nights 2 cover, you may remember that on the original Neverwinter Nights not 1, the cover eye was blue. But on Neverwinter Nights 2, I checked it, the cover, the icon is orange. And so we've got a very different orange feel for the place today. So that's what we've got going on. And yes, thank you, Dragon. The reason that I am dressed in this, as Dragon says, suave outfit, I also want to point out Star Wars tie, okay? My daughter, there we go. My daughter got me this, okay, Star Wars tie. I just want to be clear. Thank you. But the reason I'm wearing this is because I was actually doing a convention today. I did the Flights of Foundry convention, which I think is in its second year. I was invited to do this a couple of months ago, and I was doing two things. So the first was a reading, which I did this morning of my short story, The Session, and then this evening I just got done at 10 o'clock Eastern with a great panel on putting games in fiction with Aaron Roberts and P.H. Lee and, of course, the inimitable Cat Rambo as our moderator. And it was great. It was weird because in the morning reading, the reading was at 11 a.m. Eastern. And for that, they had the person come in and set up the room, and then they gave me control over it. They were using WebEx. And they gave me control of the room. And then we ended up having about 12, 13 people that came for that reading, which was pretty cool. So that was great. And I could see them in the room. But for this one, there were 100-something odd attendees that had registered for it. And then none of those people came into the room. And I guess they did that because they thought it was going to be unwieldy. So I gather that somehow, because rising tides... Oh, I'm really spiffily dressed. It's true. Well, see, this is the thing, Brandon. If for cons, I always dress like this. Always. I pretty much, except at night when I'm hanging out with friends. But during the panels on cons, I always dress like this. I have the full pocket watch, the whole 9 yards. So I always am doing that. But for Twitch, it's a different kind of deal, because I don't know, I want to provide a different aesthetic. But occasionally when I'm doing con stuff, this is the deal with that. There's a channel boost. Okay, so I'll go on to talk about Flight to Foundry in a minute. But before I do that, if you folks have channel points, please use that to boost the channel right now. I'm really excited because that's another thing that we've got. And I don't know how often they give these out, but they've been giving them out, it seems to me, more as of late, which may be a good sign. So please, if you haven't already, please click on the channel boost thing that you've got, especially if you're on your PC, you should be able to do this. And it's, I think 2,000 is the maximum that one person can contribute in a given day. So hopefully we get some love today, we get some love tomorrow, and we'll get a channel boost. That would be lovely. So, but anyway, so yeah, I was doing this thing and I wanted to say so I couldn't see how many people were there. So since Brandon, Rising Tide, since you were there, were you in a room that had all of the Oh, nice. That's good. I don't know whether that's just because you follow me, Lone Wolf, though, and you're sub to me or something. I mean, not that I'm complaining. I hope that's true, but um, oh, they're going to YouTube instead of a room. So do you know how many? Do you know how many like? Well, but it was on live though, right? Because we were getting live questions from people through Discord, but I was confused as to how they were showing it because all we saw in our room was just the four of us: Kat, Aaron, PH Lee, myself. And that was it. Like once the person came in and like started it, handed things over to Kat, who was the moderator, then left, and then it was just the four of us. So I had no idea how many people were watching. There were 115 people that were signed up to like registered for it, but like do you have any idea? Were there like lots of people commenting in YouTube and stuff like that, or what was it like? Because I was kind of flying blind. I'm just like we were like we have no idea how many people are here. Maybe there are lots of people, or maybe there are none, or maybe there. It was live. The stream link on the event page open a YouTube link with comments disabled. Oh, he says if I'm in your Discord, there's maybe a dozen people. See, okay, so yeah. So it's strange because there were like 115 attendees listed under this event, and then so there's like 12 people in Discord. Cool, oh, that's fine, that's cool. And then for the reading, we had again, I don't remember how many were signed up for. I think like maybe 20, but then we had again 12 people that actually showed up. Now this is a free con, so I'm sure a lot of people signed up for a lot of stuff and then they didn't, necessarily come into the room. So it doesn't, that's fine, whatever. I was just curious because I had no sense of how many people we had. So I don't know. I mean, myself, I'm sure that what this allows them to do is to avoid trolling, I personally much prefer Zoom to WebEx. That's just me. My university uses WebEx and for like, faculty meetings, and I am not a fan of WebEx. So I personally would prefer Zoom, but I understand that and I do think there's a way to secure it, but I understand that some people are gun shy of Zoom. So I don't know, but regardless, I mean, listen, in general, what I want to say is the Flight of Foundry people sent us the invites. First of all, they reached out to me to begin with, which was nice of them. They sent out an invite. They made a dealer room thing available. I gather, although I don't know where, but I gather that my logo and the Athos Arts logo was placed in some panels, almost like as like mini advertisements. I was able to announce that there was a special discount for people who went to the site who was attending those panels. So, my impression is that they did a lot of work, it feels like to me. They also sent out, rules of the road about like what you're expected to do, the behavior expected of a panelist, how to reach out to your moderator, like all that stuff. So they did a lot of that good stuff. And there were some interesting topics. I mean, the panel itself was great. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Brandon. I really enjoyed being on it. I thought that, the co-panelists were very knowledgeable. I thought that the discussion went really well. I thought that we hit pretty much all the questions that people had for us. So it was great. And the reading this morning went really well also. People were really kind about it and really seemed to appreciate it. And so, I mean, the audience was good. So I don't know. From what I understand, the dealer room stuff was going on. They had a Discord thing going on. Honestly, the reason I didn't do this, and I don't know how much this is going to be an issue going forward for cons, but I am on I swear to God, I've been asked to be on like a million Discord channels. Like at a certain point, I'm just like, my dude, I cannot be on more Discord stuff. Like I've actually taken myself off Discord stuff because it's just overwhelming. Like Farpoint had a Discord, a bunch of other so and obviously the thing that I want to pay the most attention to are my channel's Discord, because that's really important to me, obviously. The GOG.com Twitch's Discord, which is also super important. And Speculate's Discord, which, of course, Brandon and Mike and I run. Those three are super important. And then there are other ones here and there that I jump into and add on and stuff. But, I just can't be on 700 Discords. You gotta tone it back. So I did not do the Discord thing this time with Flights of Foundry, just because again, it's just too much stuff. I can't. But anyway, if people do come and show up, because I did mention I was going to be on my channel later on tonight, then hopefully, they'll be here and they'll be like, hey, I want to talk more about games and fiction, which I am happy to do. So yeah, exactly. That's exactly where I'm at. I'm just kind of like, So, but anyway, but it was great. It went really well, I think. And, people enjoyed it. So that was good stuff. So Now, here's the big, super exciting announcement that I have that's just specific channel related. And the reason I can be excited about is this just happened. I don't know if Miranda's not here yet. So when Miranda gets here, I assume Miranda will show up at some point this evening. If not, I will see Miranda, I imagine, over the next few days. Some of this is coming from Miranda's recommendation. So tomorrow we have D&D with viewers, right? But I'm doing something different this time, and I am excited for it. And it is this. I got in my hot little hands, chat. You ready? Ready for it? Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da. That's right. Legacy of Dragonholt, baby. Now, how many people, has anyone in chat heard of this game? I have not even unwrapped the shrink wrap. That's how committed I am to making this, at least initially anyway, a channel experience. Does anyone even know what this is? It has dragon in it, so it can't be that bad. Yes, yes. True facts. Does anyone know what this is? No clue. All right. So this game is set, first of all, it's Fantasy Flight Games, and it is set in the, as you should be able to see, it's set in the Runebound universe. Now, for those of you who don't know, Runebound is a little bit like a modern Talisman, I guess is the way to put it. Descent, the game Descent, not the computer game, but the board game Descent, is set in the same world, which I think is called Terranoth. So it's set in there, and it is a tabletop game. And so, no, Runebound is a modern, I mean, relatively modern, 2006, 5, 6, something like that, 7 maybe. So that's Runebound. In fact, I have over there some Runebound games, in fact. So that's what the universe that it's set in. So Legacy of Dragonholt is using something called the Oracle system. Now, as of yet, this came out a couple years ago, and they didn't do a new follow-up to this, and it's hard to tell whether that's a Fantasy Flight call, an Asmodee who owns Fantasy Flight call, or whether that is just like they're figuring out how to manage what they're going to do next. But what this basically is it's kind of like a tabletop game, but it really is a choose your own adventure board game cooperative thing that you can play between 1 and 6 players. So the thing is, I went out and I got me in my hot little hands last week. I got a couple of things that were basically things to adjust my microphone setup and everything. So that, remember I did a couple of weeks ago the Chainsaw Warrior thing just as a demo? Well, I did a little bit of extra work, and I am now happy to tell you that I have now got a banging setup for board games. So what it means is I've got the table right here that I had before. I move my chair back there. I turn the camera to focus this. But now this webcam I have, I got a USB extension cable for it, and I got something for my mic stand. It's a little like, I have to be careful not to bang into it. But basically what happens is the camera basically is top down from my perspective over the table. So what it means is you will not have to get that vertigo thing where I had the camera here and then I flipped it, because a lot of you were like, oh, it felt weird. Nor are you going to have to look at it from the side. It will come from behind and over the shoulder looking down at the table, which means you'll be able to see it as I do it. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to do with this what we did with Inkle Sorcery using, and D&D with viewers is a perfect time to actually try this out. So here's the description of it. Dragonholt lies just past the eaves of spirit-haunted Eventide Forest, surrounded by ancient orchards and quiet farms. While much of Terranoth is perilous, this village is a comparative haven of tranquility, or it used to be. Danger has come to Dragonholt. Bandits and monsters gather in the forest, and a mystical debt comes due. Legacy of Dragonholt is a cooperative narrative adventure for 1 to 6 players. You travel to the village of Dragonholt, meet an old friend, embark on adventures and save the day, or not, as you make choices and test your skills. Dragonholt lives and changes around you, and the tale may take unexpected twists and turns due to your decisions and achievements. No two stories are the same. Do you save the young lord or let him perish, defeat the dragon or watch the village burn? Adventure awaits, so gather your friends, create your character, and dive into the rich world of the Runebound Rundown universe. Are you ready to tell your story? Now, one of the cool things I like about this is that it combines the choose your own adventure concept with fighting fantasy and with the sort of legacy approach where what you do affects what's going on later. And what people have said is really great about this game is the nature of the stuff you do is it's kind of almost open worldy in some ways. And in addition to that, it gives you things that are very unusual. Like one of the quests, I don't know anything about it other than what I've read about it, is there's a vampire that you run into that wants you to destroy this dangerous cult, but it's a vampire. So do you help this evil vampire or this vampire that might be evil? Or do you destroy him? Do you go after the cult? Things like that. So it's a really unusual sort of setup. And a lot of people have talked about how good it is as a solo slash with us solo with the chat experience. So I'm going to give this a shot. It was like $35. It was worth getting. And I had been thinking about it for a while. I was like, yeah, vampires are always good, according to them. I was thinking about it for a while. Miranda's been talking about this and been like, you should do something like this. And I'm like, you know what? I can do a board game setup. We've done a ton of different kinds of D&D games with viewers on D&D with viewers. What better way to try it than to try it? Like, let's give it a shot and see how it plays. If it plays terribly, like on stream, then I'll be like, all right, then I'll just play it myself, or I will say, well, I missed the boat on that one, and that's that. Strahd was just misunderstood, yeah. Or if it works well, then it's the kind of thing that we can come back to in the future, perhaps even more. So I'm excited about it. I want to give it a shot. There's a lot of reading to it, but I think it just, I don't know, it fits the sort of brand of it. I love co-op games, period. And this to me is like the ultimate way to play co-op. So I feel like it's a good setup for that kind of thing. I only trust vampires. Mortals are dubious at best. Do you think so, Ash? Yes. So anyway, I'm excited about that. So we're going to do some Legacy of Dragonholt tomorrow. And I'm literally, this is how committed I am, chat. I am literally not going to open this, all right? I'm not even going to open the shrink wrap until that day. And then we're going to unbox it, going to pull the stuff out, and for the first time, I'm going to be like, here we go. Here's the actual, here's the play, and we're going to work it together. We're going to unbox it. We're going to create the character. We're going to go into the Legacy of Dragonholt, because Dragonholt, that's what we're going to do. So I'm very excited about that. That's going to be happening tomorrow. Hey, if it isn't, look, if it doesn't happen to be two-time Hugo nominee, double Hugo nominee, Prince Justin in chat. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Double Hugo nominee, Prince Justin. I mean, that's just double Hugo nominee this year, right? Is that is that overall Prince Justin, by the way? That's just this? Yeah, just this year. No, I'm giving Prince Justin a loving hard time because I think it's awesome. And I know that Triffid, who I saw in here before, Triffid's obviously a huge fan. I mean, who is not a fan of Prince Justin? Well, who is not? I mean, listen, anyone who's not a fan is not worth, listen. I mean, come on. Fan writer and fan cast. Yeah, Ash, I'm telling you, definitely stop by tomorrow when we play it, because I'm really looking forward to giving it a shot. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and it's a game that I've been thinking about on and off. And I'm like, so should I, shouldn't I? So now we get a chance to do it. And yeah, I'm excited. So, but anyway, congratulations to Prince Justin. Again, congratulations to Brandon, again for the FIA, nom and all that stuff. And yeah, so there we go. That's because I don't know who he is. Oh, you don't know who he is? Well, I'm pretty sure I've talked about it. So am I able to talk about it later? I think I've asked you this before, in which case, Prince Justin, I apologize that I'm asking you again. It's cool to just mention who you are. Yes, I can do that here. I don't want to out someone without their permission, but I'm pretty sure that I've talked about you before in those terms. All right. So I'm gonna give you a link. That's right. Here, it's not really much a secret. Real name Paul, a tremendous photographer, and a wonderful fan writer, and on the fan cast, he has been on Speculate before. And the other thing I want to say is that Paul, this is an example of someone that we talked about bad reviewing in other contexts. If you followed my Twitter feed about the whole kerfuffle with Locus and with some other stuff that happened a while back, this is maybe a month ago or so. Just go look it up and you'll see. I don't want to get into it right now. But Paul was an example that I gave of someone who's a really good reviewer. And that's the kind of person that you want doing reviews, who takes the job seriously. That's what I mean. So no one better deserving than Paul is. So it's freaking awesome. Okay, sounds good, Rising Taz. I'll see you back here. So yes, Paul Weimer, Rhymes of the Dreamer. Yeah, that's right. Paul Weimer, and Paul's also a good dude. It really, legitimately, I'm not going to embarrass him too much, but Paul is really a good guy, and deserves all kinds of credit, and has great respect in the industry. Like, seriously, great respect in the industry, and deservingly so. So anyway, that's the deal with that. Last thing I need to mention, by the way, which is apropos of nothing, but I just wanted to mention that my 9-year streaming anniversary just passed, everyone. I just had my 9-year anniversary of streaming. It was April 12th, 2012 that I began officially streaming with Legend of Grimrock 1. You can still find that video on my YouTube channel. So that's hard to believe that I've been doing this for 9 years. But I started without my cam. I started with oh God, the first couple of videos are hard to watch because the camera was the video was blinking. It was a single PC setup. I didn't know what I was doing, so I was capturing it all wrong, and it was all kind of a mess. And then I gradually sort of picked it up. I got a cam maybe a year into doing it, maybe I think a little over a year, somewhere around a year. And then one thing after the other, and then finally developed into whatever the hell this is, what you see here. So anyway, thank you, Craigery. What's up, Shadowed? So. Thank you, Live Suing. Thank you very much. Yeah, so thanks, everybody. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted to announce that. My 9-year anniversary. Next April 12th, it'll have been a decade that I'm streaming on Twitch. And does that make me feel old? I started streaming. So I started streaming when I was 30. That can't be right. Yeah, Yes. I started streaming, I think, when I was 39 because I turned 40. Yeah, I turned 40 September of that year. So I started streaming when I was 39, and now I am 48. Man. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've gotten such great, wonderful memories, met so many good people, had so much. My writing career has had a big boost on this thanks to this channel, and it's been all good stuff, really has been. I was thinking about that when I was on the panel today, about how much games have really played into my fiction, and genuinely how proud I am of that setup. That setup is really, I'm really proud of it. I really am, because I feel like these games here it's a part of my life that for a long time I was afraid to talk about because I felt like it somehow conflicted with my academic life. And yet I became a success academically, and my writing career, started to go. And then I was like, well, maybe this is going to interfere with my writing career. And I'm like, you know what? It's a part of my writing career. I also write for games. I also write so-called regular fiction that doesn't have anything to do with games, but I've got to stop being afraid of it. As much as I loved reading and writing growing up, I also loved gaming. And game mastering was an enormous part of my life. And so pretending like that's not the case and being just oh, well, that's a hobby. It's more than that, honestly, for me. So it's been very special to me to be able to marry those things together on this channel. Thank you so much for the host, Echo. Good to see you. To marry those things on my channel and to have both my love of writing and literature and also my love of gaming in the same place. I'm both those things, and I hope that people accept that, and that doesn't make me seem less serious or something. It's very important to me, and I care about both of them, and so that's kind of where we're at. So yeah, I'm getting up there. Who wears the vest better? Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate even the comparison. I'll say this though. I don't have right now I've just got my regular watch on, because being on Twitch or whatever, but in the last time I actually wore my pocket watch. I have not one, not two, but 3 separate pocket watches. And I'm pretty sure that Matt does not have one of those that he wears regularly, because I've passed him. I walked by him and Marisha once at Gen Con, had the vest on, was wearing a wristwatch. So I was like, ha ha. But no, Mercer is obviously amazing. So I love this dude. I think I've told you this story, right? All right, if I haven't told the story, I'm going to tell it quickly, then we're going to get into Neverwinter Nights 2. Here's why I wear the vest, okay? And it comes very clearly from something which quite literally changed my life. I went to, my alma mater is the University of Connecticut, as some of you will know. And late in my college career, I discovered debate. I wish I had discovered it before because it was the most important thing I ever did in college. The most important things I did in college were actually three. One was drama. Second was teaching, because my student teaching was hugely important to learning how to know what to do in front of a classroom. And the third biggest thing, the most important thing that I ever did of all three, was debate. And so my senior year, I got involved with it. And the first tournament that I ever went to was at Harvard. It was also the only tournament that I ever went under 500 for my entire career. And I'm very proud of that because of the reason I'm about to tell you. So I went in and I went 2 and 3. Only time I went below 500. It was my first tournament ever, right? And I thought it was fun. But I was sitting in what they called out rounds, like the playoff rounds, the top team rounds. And I'm sitting in this big room at Harvard, and there's like 200 people in this room watching I think it was a semifinal. It was either quarterfinal or a semifinal of this tournament. And there's a team from Yale competing against, I think, a team from NYU, I want to say is the other one. So, actually, I beg your pardon. I was talking about the vest. Team from Yale against, how could I ever forget this, team from Harthouse. And the guy who's the lead speaker, the one who's the lead speaker for the prime minister is what they call it, the person who proposes the case for the government team, the proposing team, is a guy named Mike DeBramo, who was a wonderful speaker from Harthouse and later on became a friend. So Mike is giving this speech, okay? And he had given this speech talking about the value of the United Nations. So he gives this speech, United Nations, whatever, and then that's how the case proceeds. Now, the opposition team is from Yale, and they're very good. And they poke all these holes in it. And they, talk about the UN's failures about this and that and blah, 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 blah. And they go on, whatever, because that's their job. That's their job to do it. When they sit down, it's very clear to everybody in the room that the government team, the proposing team, is losing. But there's one more speech. It's the prime minister rebuttal speech. It's the final speech in the round where the prime minister gets a chance to basically respond to everything that's been said, condense all of the case, both his partner, the other team's speeches, et cetera, and put it all together, right? What's up, Mar? And so he gets up, and I'll never forget this. Now, he was dressed. He was wearing actually a green, like a dark green suit jacket. He had the full vest, the pocket watch, the bow tie, the full 9 yards, right? Like he was right. So he gets up and this is again, 200 people, right? And I'm just sitting there as this, I'm a senior in college at this point, but I'm sitting there as like this newbie from a debate point of view. Like I'm just watching it, and he gets up and he starts rolling up his sleeves. He's like, Mr. Speaker, I've heard a lot of things in debate. I've heard a lot of people talk about things that they know about, and a lot of people talk about things that they don't. What I haven't heard about is an outright lie, because some people in this room don't know how the United Nations works. Well, now, and he pulls off his suit jacket, they're about to learn, and slams the suit jacket on the table with his sleeves rolled up and walks in front of the mic and gives a freaking barn burner. I mean, is just kind of like the United Nations, the impact of international cooperation and alliances, that we fought 2 world wars because of this, the opposition arguments, blah, blah, blah. He just is just just hammering away. And everyone is just marveling at how this guy just freaking bringing down the house. And as I'm watching this, okay, and I'm looking around, I have 2 thoughts going through my head. The first is, I want to do this. I want to be on that floor in front of people having this effect. And number 2, I want to teach people like this. I want to teach in college. I want to teach not in high school, although I love high school and love my students there, but I want to be able to do things on a certain intellectual level that's even a step up. And from that point forward, I changed my direction and I ended up going to get my master's degree in English, and then I ended up getting my doctorate in English, and then I ended up teaching at BU, and then I ended up teaching at St. John's, where I've been ever since. So that whole round literally changed my life. Oh God, yeah, Rock God, exactly. It's Pacino with if I was the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place. Oh yeah, exactly. It was freaking barn burner, and it is not the best speech I've ever seen. I saw a couple of others that were better, but oh my God, it was the most memorable. I was just like. Like, and I wanted to be Mike DeBramo. And so I was like, you know what? Step one, get some vests. And so I started wearing vests. I ended up doing the tie. And in fact, I did bow ties for a while, and then Tucker Carlson thing happened. And I'm like, I can't wear bow ties anymore, man. Like I feel like most people who wear vests and bow ties are either William Buckley or freaking, or Tucker Carlson. And I just can't. So I went to regular ties. But other than that, the vest, the pocket watch, and I feel good with it. And I still to this day think that there is a certain level of respect that you get just from pulling out the vest if you wear it in the right way. Like, I just feel good. Oh man, it was super good. I ended up doing that on two fronts. What's up, Marinda? Marinda, you missed something that I announced, which relates to you, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But yeah, it was so mind changing to me. And that ended up changing everything, people, because because I did that, I ended up being involved in debate. I ended up traveling to multiple countries. I was the runner-up public speaker in the world twice. I ended up placing as the top American team, the top breaking American team, I should say, not the top American team, the top breaking American team at 2 world championships. I ended up losing, I've told this story before, to Ted Cruz that same first year. Later on, I would have beaten him, but I was too young and naive in the ways of the force. I ended up, and then I ended up becoming one of the top speakers in the country, and as I say, in the world for a while. And I ended up coaching the Brandeis debate team, who invited me because of my reputation. They wanted me to coach them, and the reason that's so important is I did agree to do that, which is why I ended up meeting people like Russ, who now, of course, is on the Air Vocalists. It's why I ended up meeting up my wife, because my wife was an officer in the Smith College debate team, and so Mrs. Arv and I literally met, and while we were dating other people, also debaters, we ended up meeting, and then we ended up talking one time, waiting for the cars to be brought out after we went to the Columbia Novice Tournament with a bunch of our novices, and then I ended up asking her out, and we started going out, and the rest is history. So the existence of Little Arv, Mini Arv, the existence of this, I probably wouldn't be living in this house. Like, all of this is all as a result of debate, and it started in that one room. So it had this profound effect. Yeah, it was just so powerful. Oh man, that I'll tell you, I will never forget the moment of him pulling up the jacket and slamming it on the table. And people were like, they're like, oh, that's dramatic. I'm like, you damn right, it's dramatic, and it's freaking badass. I don't care if it's dramatic. What did you want him to be like? Well, I disagree with fundamentally. No, you want him to get up there and be like, this is what the United Nations is about. Oh, it was great. Absolutely great. As a trans person, I can say with utmost confidence, the only people I've seen who can wear a bow tie without looking like a far-right goon are trans guys and Bill Nye. Yeah. See, agree. Hard agree, Ash. That's actually really well said. And you're 100% right. Like, other than Bill Nye, I just feel like everyone who wears one looks like it is a tool. And it's too bad, because I like bow ties, actually, but they just look good, just doofus. Like, ugh. Exactly, I would have ended up as president. You know what? The thing is, and this is not me patting myself on the back. I swear to God, this is not me being like, oh, check out how awesome I am. I would beat Cruz. After that first year, I would not lose to Cruz again. I wouldn't lose to Cruz now. If I faced him and people talk about like, oh, Cruz is an amazing debater. No, he's not. He's smug and he's glib and he's got a huge ego and he's very easy to poke. Very easy to poke. He's not nearly as bright as he thinks he is. I would beat Cruz now. And that's the thing that sucks. I'm like, if I were just a little bit, maybe I could have derailed him but no. He was, and I should say in parliamentary debate, which is what I did, Cruz was definitely a good debater. It's just that Cruz, I saw people who were far better than him. And Cruz acted like he was God's gift to debate, and he was not. He was definitely not. He was very good. He wasn't unbelievable. I've seen others. So that's really interesting, Ash. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. It's thanks, Lone Wolf. That's kind of you. See, come on down to Texas. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that, Gregory. See, well, Triffid, so tell me who the liberals are. Like, I mean, are they like people that you know personally? Listen, I want to be convinced. I like bow ties. I just feel like every time I see them, it's just some clown being like, well, the thing about, so you tell me. I'm happy to be proven wrong. I've still got those bow ties somewhere, I think. Yeah, I do. I have the bow ties someplace. I'm happy to believe in it. A couple people, I'm like, what the and again, now, and I should say, this is not tuxes, okay? Because tuxes is a little different. A tux, you wear a bow tie because that's just what you wear. I'm talking about one that's got like, it's like a bow tie that looks like this, except it goes this way. So it's got patterns, different patterns and stuff like that, Yeah, no, but I'm perfectly willing to be convinced, believe me. But, so, yeah. Pocket watch. Dude, Raka, that's exactly what Russ did. Russ gave me actually a pocket watch, and it turned out the pocket watch ended up breaking. Hey, it's DJ. What's up, DJ Flashpoint? Thank you for the raid, dude. What's up, man? I did want to say, I'll come back to that, but I'll come back to saying hi to DJ in a minute. But yeah, Russ actually gave people different things. He gave me a pocket watch because he knows how much I love them. It ended up breaking shortly thereafter, so I got it fixed, and it turned out that it was a pocket watch from like 1870 something. It was like an 1870 pocket watch. Freaking so cool. Yeah, because Russ is awesome. Well, that's very true. Oh, people you know personally. Okay. So that, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So I guess what I'm just saying is I guess I've always worried that in a public context, Triffid, the bow tie looks this way. But I certainly mean no offense to bow ties. Like I said, I like them. The only kind of tie I don't really love is like the string tie, which I wore when I was a kid. And now I feel like it belongs to that and like country singers and pretty much that, But other than that, I like most ties of different kinds. I mean, patterns, assuming the pattern is good. I got my Constitution tie, but no, hey, listen, try it out. Your mom started a half sleeve tattoo with a pocket watch motif. Ooh, that's nice. Honky tonk string ties. Yeehaw. What's up, DJ? Good to see you, man. I guess it's a bolo tie. Yeah. And I mean, even those I think could be good. I'm just saying, like, for me, I don't like the way that they look on me anymore. I used to when I was young, when I was like a kid, really. But, yeah, no, I'm willing to be convinced on bow ties, Maybe we need to have more liberals, like Triffid said, wearing the bow ties so that, like, and as Ash said, liberals have more trans folk that are wearing bow ties. Like, maybe we just need more of that, and then we can get more people out there, really representing it the right way. Maybe we need to reclaim bow ties. Maybe Tucker Carlson should not have the last word, and freaking William F. Buckley should not have the last word on bow ties, Maybe that's what we need. I don't know. Maybe one of these times I'll pull out the bow tie and I'll see how it goes. Then I got to remember how to tie it. God, I haven't tied a bow tie in a decade. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Let's just cancel bow tie. No, like it's charge. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll recapture it. Anyway, so quickly, because I want to get into the other game tonight. Miranda, tomorrow, for D&D with viewers, check out what I got. You proud of me, Miranda? I've been thinking about it for a while, and I finally decided, you know what? Let's do it. So we're going to do it. So we're going to play this for my D&D with viewers. We're going to play it tomorrow with chat making choices along with me. All right, Miranda? So we're going to do it. So this is going to be awesome. Have you played this, Jacob's Pillow? Yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, and I have not even I haven't even opened the shrink wrap. It's still, you can see, it's still got shrink wrap on it. All right? I am going to do we're going to unbox it. We're going to play it from the big, starting tomorrow. We're going to open it up, and that's it. It does rule. Awesome, Jacob's Pillow. I've heard good things about it, and I want to play it with chat. Yeah, Swarm of Cats. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw it, and I've been playing around with it, and Miranda was telling me, he was like, you should do it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, you know what? I have this set up now. I figured out how to get the camera over my shoulder, basically over my shoulder, looking down at the table, which I set up here. So I have a separate board game set up. So I've got the camera for my face, and I've also got the webcam down on the board. So, like, I'm going to give it a shot. Like, I feel like it'll work well with what we do on the channel. So, yeah. So there you go, Miranda. Don't say I never did anything for you. It comes with a letter, and you could I don't think I can do that, Miranda. I don't think I can scan it and tweet it out. I don't think they'd like that. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. That's not a good idea. I think I can do it when I'm doing it like I can do it in the channel at the time because I'm playing it as I do it, but I don't think I can scan it and send it out. They might be a little troubled about that. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be good. So tomorrow night, which means, Miranda, you're going to have to make plans. I don't know what plans you had, but you're going to have to show up here because you're going to need, although it's important to say that those who played it, like Jacob's Pillow and Miranda, I'd love to have everyone here for this. Just make sure you don't spoil it for chat, right? By like, just be careful. Don't be like, no, don't go down there because then this happens. Like, don't do that for me or anybody else. That's all. It's going to start at between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't yet know exactly because Saturday is always a little up in the air depending on family stuff and work. So my best guess is take the average and assume 7:30 p.m. Eastern. But we'll be playing it. Tomorrow is my extended day. So we'll be playing it for like 5 hours at least. So yeah. Yeah. That is going to be exciting. How come starting so late? No, we're not, Echo. I always start that time on Saturday. On Saturday, I always start between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern, always. That's what I always start. With D&D, I always start at 7. With some of my individual streams, I sometimes start at 7:45, 8, but I always go. Oh, Friday stream. That's because I was doing a panel, Echo. I had announced this before, like a week ago or so. I was doing a panel with Kat Rambo at Flights of Foundry about which is a virtual con about putting games in fiction. So I was doing a panel. That's also why I'm dressed up like this. Lone Wolf. Hey, that said though, Ash, congratulations on getting the vaccine though. Did you get the Pfizer or Moderna or Johnson & Johnson or AstraZeneca? Which one did you get out of curiosity? Okay, cool, Marina. Moderna, cool. Yeah, congratulations. I've been thinking about it a lot. I am now 3 weeks post second shot of Pfizer, so I'm now considered fully vaccinated. And that's a nice feeling, I got to be honest. When my daughter, especially when little Arv, because mini Arv is so young that the effect is likely to be less on him. My wife is fully vaccinated. My mother-in-law that lives with us is fully vaccinated. And when my daughter, who's 13, when she becomes available, and I think that Pfizer is going to get emergency authorization for kids of that age group by the end of the month or early next month is my guess. So when that happens and she's vaccinated, I'm gonna breathe a big sigh of relief because then, obviously I would want eventually my 5-year-old to get vaccinated too, but the impact on him is just much less likely to be as much of a problem. Doesn't mean 0% risk, but lesser risk. And the rest of us is going to be huge. So yeah, I know. I've been watching your stuff on Twitter. I can't wait to see all the pictures. I'll tell you what, Prince Justin, I want to see like the baddest ass like photojournalism diary from you. Like when that happens, like wherever you travel, I want to see that photo. Like I just have this image of you being like doing this kick ass like photojournalism thing when that happens. It's gonna be great. Grandma's gonna get her first shot tomorrow. Awesome, Lego. That's great. Oh God, yeah, Mar. I've heard that Canada has had real problems, especially in Ontario. I'm really sorry to hear that. It's the first time I've ever thought of America being like ahead of Canada in anything. I as an American myself, I basically think Canada is a much better place most of the time. But that's like one thing, I guess, that the U.S.'s vaccinations like speed has been faster than Canada, which is hard to believe. I know, Shadow. You know how much I love Canada. Like. You're eligible to start signing up for appointments on Monday. That's good. Oh, and also, Mrs. Dunsel, I know, is New York local, as is Commander Dunsel and some other people here. If you are New York, I just saw on Twitter, there are a bunch of appointments that have opened up around New York. I got both of mine shots at Yankee Stadium. Please, please, please be looking around because you can get stuff now available in New York. And please, wherever you live, get the vaccine as soon as you can. And it doesn't matter which one. That includes the Johnson & Johnson. I understand why they put a pause on it, and it is important that they did that because the system requires that they go through, do their due diligence, adjust protocols, and go forward. This proves the system is working. But whatever it is, in the end, it is so vanishingly rare that the chances of getting something much more dangerous from COVID is far greater. So when you have a chance, get the Pfizer or the Moderna or the J&J or the AstraZeneca, any of these like approved vaccines, get them when you can, because this is the only way we get to herd immunity. Israel has gotten largely to herd immunity now because they vaccinated so many of their citizens. We need to do this worldwide. And so wherever you are within the sound of my voice, get your vaccine. Really, really important. Photography Unleashed. Exactly. There, that's good, Triffid. Yeah, see, I was so surprised about that. I had like a sore arm that was slightly like moderate soreness, like at one point in the first shot. I feel like in the second shot, I don't even think I had that. I had soreness, a little arm soreness, but that was it. Like I didn't have some huge headache. I didn't have a big fever. I was almost like, did it work? But I looked at it like, no, if you don't get a side effect, it doesn't mean it's not working. And just, so I didn't get a side effect. So honestly, I mean, and I still can't believe that I even got the shot, because the both nurses that I had were just, I guess they were just incredible pros or something, because it literally felt like they put a finger on my arm. Like that's what it felt like. Zero pain. I'm telling you, it was like a fingernail on my, I was like, what? And they're like, okay. And she's like, and as I look over, like she's taking away the empty vaccine, the empty syringe out of my arm. I'm like, that's it? And they're like, yep. I'm like, yeah. Crazy. So no, none of my family members had any bad side effects. We had basically just arm soreness. But all of those side effects generally are one that are, some of those side effects are definitely like, I mean, I know Prince Justin, I'm pretty sure from following on Twitter, said that you got nailed, right, Prince Justin, by some serious side effects. But in the end, worth it, because it's so much better than COVID. Oh, Stick of Gloom, so sorry to hear that. And that's, yeah, I mean, that's where it's at, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, Miranda. Cause I was kind of, honestly, it had been a while since I got a shot. And like, I was just sort of like, I was nervous about it. And they were like, oh, the side effects. I'm like, no. The side effects are fine. I'm nervous about the needle. And they were like, oh, and so she did it. I'm like, all right, ready? And she's like, no, I'm already done. I'm like, and I seriously, I swear to God, this is true. I looked at the first nurse who did this and I was like, you did the shot. And she's like, yep. And she said, I told you I'd be gentle. And I'm like, there was a part of me that wanted to be like, are you superhuman? Like, are you an avatar of God? Like, and she's like, yeah, you know, it was very like, she's like, yeah, well, you know, we like whatever. And it was just another reminder of how much I love competence. I was just like, thank you for being competent. Like, just thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting your life at risk. Also, just thank you for being competent. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Fever. Yeah. And it wasn't, yeah, exactly. But it was so weird. Like, it was like nothing. Like a blood draw, which I do every year for my physical, is far worse. And a blood draw isn't that bad. A blood draw is fine. This was nothing. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I 100% am considering that. Yes, Prince Justin. In fact, I sent a thing off to them confirming that I was still considered as part of because they're sending things out for the program participants, they say fairly soon. Yes, I am. In fact, I am considering, I'll tell you exactly what I've got on the docket. So Origins has been pushed back to late September, early October. I'm going to be doing that. Gen Con has been pushed back to a couple weeks before. That is very shaky because it's on, for two reasons. It's on my birthday, first of all, which normally that's fine. And number two, actually three reasons. One reason, it's on my birthday. Second reason, it's during the semester. And my school semester will already have started and I'll be off sabbatical by then and probably teaching in person. And it's very hard to lose 2 trips. I'm going to have to miss a class probably for one or the other. I really can't miss both. And Gen Con doesn't have a writer's symposium this year. Now, they have said that they're definitely going to do one next year again. And then I'll be back with bells on because Gen Con is hugely important to me. It's where my creative writing career got started, really. So, again, I will not miss Gen Con when they have the symposium back. But given the factors, the fact that it's kind of an in-between hybrid thing, there's no symposium this year, and Origins is happening a couple of weeks later, and I co-coordinate the Origins library, I have to do that. So I'm doing that. I am hoping that CanCon will be available to us either from Canada or from the US, so I can go to that one. And I reached out to the people at Worldcon for the one that's happening in December. The other con that I might be doing is Three Rivers. Now that's happening in late May, and the reason that I might be doing that is because it's a one-day affair is how they're doing it this time, and it's all outdoors. And I was like, you know what? I'm fully vaccinated, outdoors under a tent, like a big canopy type deal. I'm like, this is probably fine, and it will correspond with Icarus. By that point, I will know whether or not I was the gold medalist in the whether Icarus won the gold medal for the IBPA awards and stuff. So Three Rivers for sure. Nothing in June because Origins is moved. Nothing in July unless ReaderCon goes virtual. If ReaderCon does it virtually, I'd love to be a part of that, but ReaderCon won't be in person, so I can't do that. Gen Con is moved out of August. I already talked about what's going on with that. Worldcon is moved out of August. I am going to try to do that. So basically, yes. The later it is, the more likely that we're going to be that. So, yeah. You got to the one in Helsinki, Jacob's Pillow? Nice. Yeah, I've been to a number of Worldcons. I've been to one in Reno. I went to a Worldcon in Chicago. I've been to the Worldcon in Montreal. I've been to a Worldcon in San Antonio. I've been to a Worldcon. Was that like 4? I've been to more than that. I've been to a Worldcon. I guess in DC. I've been to like 5 of them. No, not DC. That's coming up this time. I don't remember how many, but at least 4 and maybe more of them. And I've been to World Fantasy and all that kind of stuff. So Helsinki, I got into Helsinki, but the timing of it just didn't work. And also I got this weird thing where they put me on some like police procedural panel. It was a little weird. So I wasn't able to do it. I felt bad about missing the Ireland one because they had put me on a panel with like a similar thing to what I had tonight, games and fiction, stuff like that, with like, and like they had me also on a panel that was like a game panel with like playing a game with like Scott Lynch and people like this. And I was like, oh man, but I just couldn't do it time-wise. So awesome, Ash. We may have passed each other in a hallway at Lone Star Worldcon. That's quite possible. Triffid, it's funny. The Lone Star I actually met a guy. I can't believe I'm taking so long not playing Neverwinter. Sorry, everybody. I'm just really interested in this conversation. We'll start playing in just a second. So I actually I was there doing a signing, and there was a guy who came up holding my then first edition of Icarus that came out from Silence Library, and said that he had heard me read the novel version of this at World Fantasy that was held in Calgary like 7 years ago. And I had maybe 4 people at that reading. Like nobody knew me, right? Like no one had any idea who I was, but I recognized the guy. There were these 4 people who came to that, and he was one of them. And he came back with that at this signing at Lone Star Worldcon. It was awesome. I was like, I have a picture with the guy to prove it. It was so cool. I really loved it. All right, let's see. Some people are just really good at giving shots. Yeah, Jacob's Pillow. I mean, maybe it was that. But both nurses, they were different nurses. Both nurses did the shots, and I felt nothing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's awesome. Yeah. No, exactly, Triffid. I was like, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. You're going to be there, right, Prince Justin, at Worldcon? I hope. I'm actually really excited for cons again. The in-person stuff, the virtual stuff has been great because I've been able to, see people I wouldn't otherwise see. Flights of Foundry was great. I'm happy we had this to do, but man, do I want to be in person again. Like it's different. It just is different. It's not the same thing as just sitting in front of Zoom. So yeah, that's funny. Jacob's Pillow. Nice. Yeah. Definitely. Well, we will have to meet up. I don't know that we ever met in person. I know that we've obviously would speculate and, many times that way virtually, but I don't think we've ever met face to face. Have we? I don't think we have. I would love to do a meetup. Triffid, are you going to be at Worldcon? Did you say you were and I completely missed it? I don't think we actually have. Did you just say you are going to be there? Oh, cool. Yay. Yeah, Trevor, we should totally do a meetup. Can you imagine a meetup that is a mixture of like Arvanaut people and like fantasy people? So it'll be like, Mike, I'm sure Mike is going to go to this, Mike Underwood, because Mike lives in Baltimore. So I would assume he would go to that one. Mike Underwood, Triffid, Prince Justin, me. I can get Rising Tides. Got to get him out of Trinidad and be like, come on, man. Up to Worldcon. Let's go. That'll be super exciting. I'm really excited about it, yeah. Also, it'll be good because it'll be happening at the end of what I hope will be a successful, but will probably be somewhat stressful semester. So coming at the end of that and getting a chance to do this will be great. And by that point, hopefully I'll be able to bring the whole family, because I would assume by then that my daughter will have been vaccinated, and there might even be a shot in December that my son would have been. So we would go down fully vaccinated and ready to go. So yeah, so it'll be good. All right. Yeah, I've been to Washington several times. My wife went to a social work convention there. And so I ended up with little Arv when she was probably like maybe 6 or 7, a couple years older than my son is now. And we went to a bunch of different monuments and Washington Monument. We went to we palled around. It was great. We were doing that today. Fridays, we always make sure that we go and do something. Today, we went to a park and walked around, and we just hung out. I mean, my kid is, I love my kids so much, and I've talked before about how little Arv is the light of my life and all that, and I'm sure you're all rolling your eyes at having to hear it again, but man, it's just so fun. She's so great. She really is great. She's doing Taekwondo, by the way. She's doing Taekwondo. She's deciding which Taekwondo studio she's going to go to. She is a yellow belt, and there's a possibility she's going to take a test to become a yellow belt with a black stripe. Thank you very much. Doing roundhouse kicks and Kya! Oh man, she's a good kid. So there's a Worldcon coming to DC. Yes, Sticker Glue. It's called Discon. If you look online, you should be able to find it because they've rescheduled it. I don't remember the hotel that it's going to be at, but I'm on board, so it's going to be great. Totally. Well, listen, Rock God, of course, I have met face to face, but when I get up there for a Boston area con or something like that again. I wanted to go to Boscone, again, but obviously it wasn't being held. Boscone, I think Farpoint was the last in-person con I went to, which was last February 2020, I want to say. It was the week after Boscone, which was the week, early February, whatever. So yeah, so when I'm up there, we'll do that. I had an encounter at Farpoint. I did. All right, you've all been very patient. Those of you who are here going when do we actually play games? Now is when we play games. Sorry, but I was just very I've been in a good mood because I'm seeing my workload start to go in the way that I want it to. I'm close to finishing a story I need to do for the video game that I lead write for. After that, I'm going to take a week off. Then I have after that, I'm going to finish up with my Gray Shade dev edits from the fine editors at Athos Arts. Then I'm going to take a week off. Then I'm going to do the last short story thing I have to do for the video game that I write for. Then I'm going to be doing the last edits by then from John for Gray Shade. Then that'll be done. And so it sets up, and then I've also got, I'm submitting manuscripts. So it sets up for a very nice, relaxing summer where I don't have a lot of extra writing that I'm doing other than just responding to what's happening. So if someone sends something back as an agent picks up, then that's a whole thing, but I don't have to be oh, what do I do? And I don't have to be grading and anything. So I'm excited. So yes, this is a game stream. I was excited. Listen, what do you want from me? Listen, there's a very simple way. If you all would be less interesting, then this wouldn't be a problem. All right. Just be more boring. If you all were hi, Arv, lol, Kappa, if that's how you all were, it's fine. But instead you're here, have some philosophy, have some fantasy. Let's talk about vaccinations. Let's think about the thing with the reviews. How do we handle the Twitter with the games and Tomorrow, Miranda. Yeah, tomorrow. There it is. Omni Shoreham Hotel. Seriously, no joke. Now, World Cons have an interesting reputation. My favorite con is always Gen Con because of the symposium. That's my favorite con. And because it was where I got my start. Origins is rapidly rising in love for me because I've been able to, because of me, Aaron, John, and the amazing people, John Stacy, who runs Gamut. There's a lot of people that have really made that a great con, and I'm really enjoying that a lot too, because we have a writing track that's a big component of it. But in terms of just straight literature cons, Farpoint is really fun and small. CanCon is one of my favorites. CanCon's close to being my favorite of the non specific gaming oriented ones. CanCon is really good. That's held every year in Ottawa. I like that a lot. Plus, I get to see people like Marie Bilodeau. I get to see Brahms up there. Jagtris is up there. Derek Kunskin, Brandon Crilly, like a bunch of those folks. So, and, I get to go to Canada. I love Canada. So I love CanCon. But I'll say right now, so Worldcon, it depends on where it is. But there are times when Worldcons are awesome. Like there have been times where Worldcons are There have been times where World Fantasies are but there are also times where Worldcons and World Fantasies are great. So yeah, hey, good night, Sticker. Good night, Sticker. Sorry. Let me tell you about my favorite hobby, stapling blank sheets of paper together. That's amazing. No, I'm just kidding. That's right. There's a virtual component too. I forgot about that. Yes. There's a virtual Sticker. Thanks again as well for the resub tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's a virtual component for people who can't join, for people who can't be there. But for our own mental health, we are not meant to be forever in our own rooms, isolated from everybody forever. Even introverts have people they want to go see sometimes, even introverts. And so, I am just very excited to have the chance to meet these people in person. Getting a chance to hang out in the lobby or like go grab a meal with someone or go play a game with someone late at night after really awesome panels. Like Carlos Hernandez plays on my Esper Genesis campaign. Why? Because Carlos was on a panel that I was on at ReaderCon about gaming and stuff like that. And I thought he was a really cool dude. And he was like, yeah, if you have any games that you're ever doing that you want to be involved in. And I did. And the rest is history. And Carlos is, I consider, a good friend and is a wonderful player that has been super helpful in my career, even my writing career too. Kat Rambo, I was on a panel with her. And that gave me, my sort of interactions with her being at several cons, NorwestCon and others, meant that I felt like I could approach her when we were starting up Esper Genesis. Thank goodness she said yes. Amal Motar, I met at Ad Astra a bunch of times. I did have her. She was at the inaugural show, actually, with Saladin Ahmed of Speculate back in the day with Brad Bollier. Brad Bollier, who I also met at a con. So many good things have come for me out of going to cons. And so, yeah, I miss cons in the worst way. I really do. Yeah, there you go. So I hear that. Well, listen, get some sleep then, Sticker. For sure, get some sleep. And for everybody else, let's play some Neverwinter Nights, shall we? As soon as I find where I put it. There it is. Doo-doo-doo. Alrighty. Ba-ba. Okay. Ah, yes, the Bandit camp. Yes. We are in the Bandit camp. That is right. And I've got some things to loot. Because I was not completely done with this Bandit camp. There are a few more bandits I have to clean out here. And then once that's done, I go out and take care of the rest of the camp. Here, look at my crew. Look at my amazing crew. All right. Look at this crew. All right, here we go. All right. Arvin, Ranger. Kelgar, Dwarven Fighter. Nishka. Nishka, right?
How can I help?
Right, it is Nishka. I was like, wait. Nishka, Tiefling Rogue. Bruno, Awesome Animal Companion Bear. And Hazel, Awesome Sorcerer Animal Companion Summoned Creature. So I've got a rabbit familiar, a bear animal companion in this. It's our crew. Look at that. Look at that crew. Oh my God, really, Ash? You got Ash, there are some great ones. I've also been to Comic-Cons. Comic-Cons are just, the thing about Comic-Cons for me, and Three Rivers I go to quite frequently as well in Pittsburgh because I have a connection there. But the thing about that is that I like Comic-Cons, but I'm not as big a comics person as I am a literature person and a gaming person. So I do like graphic novels, obviously, having now written one myself. I like graphic novels and I have a lot of appreciation for the medium. And there are some graphic novels that I've really enjoyed, like getting into reading more of and being more a part of them. So I love this. So I love that stuff, but I'm not as like invested in that world as I am in role playing or things like that outside of my specific teaching and teaching and writing in speculative fiction. That obviously is, number one for me. But gaming is also right up there, almost like a tie, basically, for me, whereas comics are not quite at that level. So a Comic-Con is overwhelmingly awesome, is overwhelming, and a little bit too much of stuff that's inside baseball for me where I don't necessarily know all the references. So for a Comic-Con, it's one thing where I'll go because there's so many people and I can present. And again, Three Rivers and stuff like that has been good to me. So I like going to some of those, but it's not one that I go seeking out the way I would something like Origins or a Gen Con or a Reader Con on the literature side, or a World Con or something like that. Yeah, I'm fine. I had one of these I had one of these deals where right before we got started, I was I was alternately blowing my nose and then talking a lot and do like a long story. Anyway, yes, I am okay. I have no problems. So yeah, I've heard of Metatopia, Jacob's Pillow. I've never been to that one. Someone told me about that, and I want to say I found out about it when I was at probably Farpoint in Baltimore. So I've heard of it, but I've never been to it. There's a few very well-known ones that I've never been to. I've never been to Shore Leave, which is down in Baltimore. I've never been to PhillyCon. I can't even get into PhillyCon. I couldn't even get a sniff at Boscone until finally Carlos put in a good word for me. So yeah, I went to LunaCon, but LunaCon is now shut down for several years. So you've been to the Saskatoon and Calgary Comedy Entertainment Expos. You've got if you ever get a chance to go to Ad Astra, is one that I like to do as well. Ad Astra's problem was they started going up against ones that were like they went up against ones in the summer, like against ReaderCon. And like, if I have a choice between going to Boston, probably my favorite city, and where I got my doctorate, etc. If I have a chance to go there and like see friends there and then go to Fenway and catch a Red Sox game, or go to Toronto, this is, again, I love Canada, but I'm going to go to Boston if it's between those choices. And so once they went up against them, I was like, I got to go to ReaderCon. But if Ad Astra moves off that weekend, I could see myself going there again. But the choice between that or something like CanCon, CanCon has been great. So if you ever get a chance to go to one of those, you should. If you like a copy of the weirdest book, it's a book. I'll bet it is. I wouldn't want to take that from you, though. What happens when the big deals, eventually, right? It's going to be worth a lot. When all of the theories get proven, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's move, people. Whoa, hey. Shoot. Oh, God. You. Can you go here, please? Thank you. Also, Hazel, please do not, under any circumstances, go fight. All right? Like, what is your AI setting right now? Where I desperately need your, behavior. Yeah, do not defend. Open lock, stealth mode. Automatic hiding, yes. Range weapons, back away. Yeah, I just don't want you. I don't want you attacking ever. I mean, just don't do it.
Yes.
You're a rabbit. You're going to be destroyed. All right, sounds good. Sleep well, Lone Wolf. That's funny. Yeah, look, I mean, people publish stuff for all sorts of reasons, and like maybe that's all he wanted was just to see your you know, tell you about this awesome theory that he had? I don't know. Wait. Okay. Okay, let's go here. Ooh, we got some paintings. Got any Dorian Gray in here? Or like... Okay, there's literally nothing in here. Alright. Except for a bunch of photos. I mean, which, you know, paintings, which is fine. Nothing against paintings. Aha! Alright, Nishka. Do your magic.
All done.
Thank you. What is with all these paintings? This is like all the stuff they stole from people. There's nothing in here either. What is the point? What? Okay. Ooh!
How can I help?
Okay, that could have been bad.
I am listening.
Don't move. Just back off. It does. It does look like that. Oh my god, Ash. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you gave him a throwaway. That's really a good idea. I should do that. I should do a throwaway. Oh, hi. That was stupid. Go, bear. Hey, guys. Alright, I can't get in there yet. I like how they all die the same way. Can I just say? They're all just like, ah! Alright. Here we are. Yep, I thought it was trapped. Whoa, my bear. What's going on with my bear? I just healed Hazel twice with the cup. Oh, meanwhile, someone's attacking outside. Where are these other bandit scouts coming from? Okay. I don't have a healing kit? Alright.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, everybody come in here. Alright? Everyone come in here. Close the door. Alright, now. Let's quick save it. Needs more fireball. Okay, rest. Okay, good. Now. All right. I like to see the 99 arrows. 99 plus 1. Hell yes.
Yes.
Yes is right. 99 arrows +1 is a yes, thank you.
I am listening.
99 love balloons. Okay. Now, Nishka, there's a chest in here, and I need you to disarm it.
Yes.
Oh, I guess we already looted it.
I am listening.
Okay, so I think we've opened up everything. I just saw that joke. Well done, Jacobs. I approve of what you said, and I would like to subscribe to your newsletter. Okay. So, I think that's everything. I think we've opened all the doors. But what we haven't done is we haven't gone down here and around yet. So, let's do that. I want to go... Jeez. Nice work on the taunt there, freaking, Kelgar. Like, I got a huge bear. Why are you going after me? There we go. Like, what? During the time that I was resting, were they paying any attention to anything? Like, anything come up for them? They're just like, this is fine. They could barely stand. Ah, yeah, Miranda, yeah. All right, Nishka, would you mind doing the honors, please? Unless you did. I guess you did. Whoa, hey, hey.
This one then.
Oh my god, we have a dire wolf. We have a dire wolf. Kelgar, what the hell are you doing?
For me.
Sorry.
Okay, this is bad. This is definitely bad. All right. Why is the wizard punching me in the face? Ow.
Your death has been too long delayed.
Oh, look who's not the big smarty pants. Oh, yeah, you're gonna run, huh? Die, wizard. That's right. Now it's your turn, Bandit Archer. I'm better than you. I am better than you. That's right. That's right. Look who did not die. All right, good night, Ash. Woo! I did not think we were going to make that. We pulled that out, people. I did not think that was going to work. What is the Astral Blade? What the... What? This weapon bears the mark of the dwarf Marek, master blacksmith in Neverwinter's Shining Knight Arms and Armor. He forged it early in 1373 DR to aid the heroes who sought to free his quarantined city from the virulent grasp of the so-called Wailing Death. 1d8 plus 1 sonic 1d4. That's nice. That is nice. Okay.
Yes.
Follow me and quickly.
Okay. I need you to identify this.
Everybody, follow me.
Studded leather armor +1. Very nice. That's better than what you have. Okay.
Follow me.
Gonna be selling that.
And quickly.
All right, we're gonna save this. Okay. Now, give you my animal companion. Give me my familiar. Lovely. All right. Ah ha ha ha! It's the secret hideout of the Bandit Chief. This is a big freaking hideout. I cannot believe that's not trapped. Yeah, I was gonna say that is 100% trapped. If you would not mind, Nishka. That's funny, Jacobs. See, I feel like everyone is basically just a bit player for Godzilla. So to me,
Well, looks like this lot needs some special attention.
oh, is there? Oh, I need to get a special key. Is that the idea?
Everybody, follow me.
Can you not unlock this? So to me, I'm an OG. Godzilla time. Amulet of Undead Turning. Okay. Bonus feat, extra turning, only usable by chaotic good, only usable by good, a cleric or a paladin.
I am listening.
Okay, I do not have a cleric or a paladin in the party yet. Not yet, but I have plenty of stuff for paladins when you get there. Yeah, I'd say Godzilla. So Mothra versus Godzilla. Plus, also, isn't Mothra versus Godzilla, isn't that where you get the twins in the clamshell or whatever doing the time has come and Sephiroth. No, I'm just kidding. But like, aren't they? So you know, you got that going on too.
Well. Looks like this lot needs some special attention. Everybody, follow me.
Yes.
Ah ha ha ha. All right, Nishka. Can I have you do your bit, please? Yep, good. Untrap that. Now, if you wouldn't mind untrapping that too. All right, good night. All right, sounds good, Mar.
All done. Well. Looks like this lot.
Dude, rogues are seriously, at least just in the D&D concept, I feel like rogues just do so much freaking good
Well.
all the time. Like you're just always like, can you disable traps, move stealthily, do sneak attack damage? They just, and I play rogues very rarely myself. But man, rogues are just so useful in D&D. Yeah, exactly. You want to know, right, Shadowed? Oh my goodness. We have got so much stuff to sell. It is going to be outrageous. Kelgar, the pack mule. I've always got one. Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay, so we have completely cleared out the bandits' headquarters now, which means that we can officially head back. Can I please get rid of this constitution problem? Still have not. Maybe I need to do that in camp or something. Alright, so we've done what we need to do with this bandit hideout. And that means I can now go through and loot the bandit camp. And then I can head back. The whole reason I'm here was to rescue the prisoners, which I already did. So I need to go back to Fort Locke and do some of those things. So... yeah. No, I know. Huh. Yeah, except you know the way to solve that problem, right? Way to solve that problem is have a lot of enemies with true seeing. Not such a big deal when you can't get sneak attacks off on everything that moves. I honestly think that's the biggest issue. And that also in the fact that, like, you know, enemies know this too, right? And enemies are probably going to do what they can to minimize the impact of rogues. So, yeah, I mean, the amount of damage that rogues do is crazy. The good news has been, though, for me, that a lot of in the big campaigns that I've run, by the time they get to the point where it would almost seem overpowered, they're dealing with serious, serious stuff and serious enemies and creatures. And so it almost is like they need that damage to have a shot, honestly. Okay, good. So the camp is all done. That is good. We are good to go. Bandit headquarters. Not anymore, it's not. I just solved your bandit problem. There are no bandits left. It is not good for your health to be a bandit these days. Okay. Let's see. Fort Locke. Let's do it. Time to turn in quests, to sell a bunch of stuff. All right, first of all, I got your thing taken care of. It is good to see that you are well. El Mater watches over you. I have returned to your holy symbol. You have it? I'm grateful. But I must ask how you manage this. Should I be expecting more trouble from the bandits soon? The bandits won't be threatening anyone for a long while because they're dead. I see. Though I am thankful that their threat has been dealt with, I am saddened at the amount of bloodshed that was necessary. Just heal me up. Alright, bro? I love that I'm going to have a discussion with the guy. Just like, well, but was it really necessary? Yes, it was necessary. Okay, this is super useful for wizards. I don't have anyone like that in the party as of yet. Yes. All the healing items, please. All the healing items, blocks. Oh, okay. So good. That's wonderful. Lovely. So what I would like you to do is, it's time for you to sell some stuff. Your longsword. Yep. I'd like you to sell this longsword. Yep. I'd like you to sell these bolts of frostbite. I don't need leather armor. Don't need a falchion. Bandit from Johnny Quest. Is it, by the way, is it a soft, is it sh, like a soft C basically, or is it k, falchion? I've always pronounced it falchion, but I'm not actually sure if it's falchion or falchion. Okay, good.
Yes.
Malachite. Copper ring. Wow, look at this stuff. Okay, choking powder, no thank you. Whatever. Tower shield, don't need it. Bastard sword, don't need it. Wand of lightning. Alexandrite. Robe of fire resistance I'm holding on to until such time as I find someone who can use it. Oh, my pleasure, Jacobs. Yeah, that was Sod who was doing those actually. Yeah, I'm glad that he played those. I don't know, there was a lot of stuff that I was like, but it's hard. It was definitely hard. Falchion, Malachite. Oh, interesting. So it's Malachite, not Malachite, but it's Falchion. Okay, so Falchion and Malachite. All right, cool.
Yes.
All right, you're good. Do you have anything that I can sell? Because it seems like a lot of crap. I don't need that. Longbow. Can you use the longbow? You can't. Oh, wait, whoa. Oh, man, I should have been having him sell it because he can sell it for more because of his charisma. Because this guy's like, yes, please, I'll do anything for you. You're awesome. Okay. There we go. Right. So that's good. Now 2,400 gold. That is nice. That, of course, puts us only 9,000 short of Robe of Energy. Good God. But we will, that's all right. We will get more down the line. Okay. All right. Let's talk to some others. Speak with Liza, yes. Church. Right, Falchion. So it's ch, like Falchion. You know, Shadow, Falchion. Okay, Falchion. You know, when you say, like church, Shadowed, I think of this. Amen. Amen. Take me to church. Blah, argle, bargle, blah, 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 blah. You can do what to do, and you can take a knife. I believe that death is death. So good God, won't you give me your life? Sorry. I was obligated once per year to actually do that. Ooh, the Stream Boost challenge is at 84%. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, first of all, Rising Tides, I hope that's the panel on safety stuff was good. And I wanted to ask you if you're going to... Are you going to be at Worldcon? Are you going to be at Worldcon? So yes, please do that, everybody. If you have channel points, we're only 4,500 points away from hitting that number already, which is awesome. So if you have those, please do that. But yeah. But I wondered, because we were just talking about the fact that I'm going to try to be there, assuming I get on panels. I'm going to try to be there. Prince Justin is going to be there. Trifity Mats is going to be there. I'm assuming Mike is going to be there because he lives in Baltimore. Could we maybe, are you going to maybe venture up this way? Perhaps, Rising Tides? My opinion of switching point of view characters in a story is that if you're doing it intentionally and not accidentally, which is typically what happens, it's okay so long as you have a reason to do it. So in my novel, when I had Icarus, the Icarus novel, before it became a graphic novel, it was alternating points of view between Icarus and Jelinek, who were the two main characters of the story. And I had definite reasons to be alternating it that way. What happens that can be a problem is when you run into inadvertent point of view shifts. And that's something you want to avoid. But in terms of having one, like, I don't think it's important to keep a consistent character. I think if you're switching constantly, I think that can be disruptive to the reading experience, and you need to ask why you're doing it. But, I mean, you know, I think as long as you're clear when you get to those point of view shifts, it's reasonable. Hey, what's up, Michelle? Like 90-10? Yeah. It'd be so good to actually meet you face to face, man. It really would. 50-50, 30-30, 20-20, 90-10. Like, I mean, the 90-10 thing depends, again, like if you're, like a lot of times I'm thinking of prologues where it starts, like I did that in The Third Sign. The prologue is basically told from the perspective of another character. And then most of it is told from different points of view, change from character to character. In my Greyshade book, that is told exclusively from the perspective of Greyshade. The big exception to that in book 2? Yeah. In book 2 and book 3, the opening sections are told from a perspective that is not Grey Shades and then switches into it. And partly it's to give us a chance to see the character from the outside. So in something like that, it's okay. If you're just doing it without a particular purpose, then no. So there's certainly no hard and fast rule against it. It just depends on why it's being done, I would say. Thank you so much for what you have done. The prisoners that you freed from the bandit camp have been trickling in, and many have reunited with their families. And I understand it was a most dramatic rescue as well. You have more than earned our gratitude. Here, take this. It's the gold we had pooled together in the hopes of paying off the ransom. Take it with our thanks. I'm not going to take this from these refugees. The money won't be necessary. El Mater bless you. May your travels be safe and fruitful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe I just saw my husband pass through the fort gates. Yeah, I'm not going to take, from refugees, I'm not going to steal from a refugee. Okay. Okay, that's all stuff I have to do later on. So, right, I need to find out what happened to the regular commander of Fort Locke. So let me go over here, buy what I need to from Galen. All right. So now I still can't afford those things. God. All right, well.
Yes.
All right. How much for +1 arrows? Do you even have any +1 arrows? Right. This is the dude who has all the +1 like bolts and stuff, but no +1 arrows. Because that makes sense. Yeah, and these are all too expensive. Yeah. That does not help me very much. Although maybe, what is this now? Parry +3. Meh.
I am listening.
Yeah, that would be my thoughts on it, Myrna. Yeah, I'm also, that gives you a lot of time too. I could imagine a situation like a fundraising deal, raise the money to do it. Like that'd be pretty slick, man. Listen, you'll be able to do that now because you'll have your freaking awesome PC. You'll just come on and you'll just be like, "Oh, we are all witnesses." And everyone will be like, I got to give this guy money to go to Worldcon right now. All right, let's see. Where should I look again? Head east. All right. All right, so let's save it. You can delete that. Save it in Fort Locke, yes. And because it's always a good idea to do this, chat, you want to save twice. Always a good idea to save in different slots. Wait a second. Oh, wait, that doesn't sell anything, right? That doesn't sell for anything. That's why it's still there. That was the graveyard, right? Yeah. All right. Whoa, hello. Skeleton. I like that it says skeleton near death. I mean, like, isn't that redundant? Isn't a skeleton automatically start as being near death? I feel like... What else would it be? I mean... God save ya. The crypt. He is the evil crypt. Whoa, there's a lot of guys there. Zombie! Whoops. Okay, Great Cleave again. Great Cleave is so good. Oh my gosh, Great Cleave is so good. Come back, Bruno. There's death, and then there's the final death. The last death. It's the final death. The final death. Oh, I'm diseased, huh? That's no good. What do I have to help you against disease? I think heal should work with that. See if I'm right. Sure does. Yeah, I hear that, Rising Tides. But exactly, it's about hanging out with the cool peoples, you know? I love that reference. Let that be your last battlefield. You know, I know that thing is a little hokey. I get it. Like, today, it's in a much different scenario than, like... But I still, for some reason, always liked Let That Be Your Last Battlefield. Something about that felt very atmospheric to me as a kid. And I just remember afterwards being like, wow, you know? I don't know. I understand that, you know, it may not seem as, like, cool, but I always liked Let That Be Your Last Battlefield. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And, you know, the end stage is too long and whatever. But like, something about that image of them running through the hallways with the, like, the burning. Oh, man. Very powerful. I felt the same way about the alternative factor. That episode has all kinds of continuity problems. But, man, the end of that is just, to me, so chilling. Like, what of Lazarus, you know? Ooh, that I think I have a sense of what you're talking about, and that would be pretty wild, Rising Tides. What's up, Critchwitch? An acapella group joined the final countdown. The final countdown. Wait. I need a healing kit. Okay. There we go. Ooh, problem. Skeleton Captain, problem. God damn it. Could you go a little faster? It's so frustrating sometimes when you're like sitting there and they're just standing there like idiots, and you know it's like waiting for the cooldown, but you're just like, come on. Okay, great cleave again. Again, doing such great work. My companions keep dying. 500 points. Ooh. I love it. 98% complete. 500 points. Can we do it, chat? Can we do it? Skeleton rib. The rib bone's connected to the... Okay. Potion of cure disease. Now that is timely. %, yay! Thank you! Channel boost. We did that in one day, everyone. That's awesome. Thank you so much. We have been boosted. Okay, so you all know the drill. When this happens, because I'm still trying to figure out how the whole boosting scenario works, I need everyone to tell me when they see, like, when and where they see, like, the channel being promoted on Twitch. Like, what sections, like, that sort of thing. So please tell me if you see it. And thank you, everybody who made that channel boost happen. That's super exciting. See, I'm fighting the dead, and you're all working the path of the living, see?
Everybody, follow me.
Lesser boots of tumbling. Yeah, tumble +4. Okay. That is something you could use, actually. I don't want you to get hit.
Yes.
That was all right. That is what that is for. Yes. Yes, it is. All right, I got to check the graveyard before I check these crypts. I want to check the outside first. Fundamentals of abjurative enchantment. Enchantment? Enchantment. All right, sounds good. Good night, Crit Twitch. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we're going to be on for about another 45 minutes to an hour, folks, because I started late because of the panel, which was a lot of fun. Okay, we're looking for, it should not be very big buildings, I don't think, but we're looking for what happened to the commander. Oh, God, famous last words, a large crypt. Well... we got us a large crypt here. Find more cheer in a graveyard. Nice. Oh, God. Stop. Everybody stop running. Wait. Come back. Something is on the other side of the door. We'll open it.
You're...
Okay.
I'll take care of this.
Oh, God. Why are you... Oh, Great Cleave is so good. Man.
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to find information about what happened to Valis. Not Valis, the previous commander, basically, of this place. Speculates wildly. I have a guess, but I won't, you know. I will wait for Rising Tides to make the call. Although you're right. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what the winter situation would be for anything. I don't know. I am also curious. Ooh, a mithril, by which we meant mithril, but couldn't get it by the Tolkien estate. Mithril Morningstar, otherwise known as Cellbait. Cellbait. That's what we're talking about. Oh yeah, there's also a room over here. Trap triggered. I mean... God bless America. You hurry up, Nishka, on this freaking...
Well, well, well. Looks like this lot needs some special attention.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about how it's really hard to get a sense of what the weather's going to be like at that time, because I guess a lot of the bad weather in DC doesn't hit till later. I mean, I've been to DC a number of times, but I don't remember anything specific about, like, when the winter gets bad there, you know? Ring of Insight. Lore +5. Ring of Insight. How long till my soul gets it right? Okay. A Falchion. Oh, no, Falchion. Sorry, not Fal. Falchion. Which is going to get sold. Oh, just Falchion. It really? It's just Falchion. No E at all.
Yes.
Falchion. Okay. Interesting. Falchion. Okay. Of course, now, every time I say Falchion, now what I'm thinking about is, good evening, Professor Falcon. How about a nice game of chess? Okay, can't get through there. Well, crap. Let's get out of there. That's bad.
Yes.
Caught. So caught is caught. Caught is caught. Caught, caught. Ah, aw. Caught would be ah. Caught would be aw. Ah, aw. And I see what you're saying. I thought it was something like that. But let me ask though, what specifically, is there a particular advocacy that we're talking about in that? I mean, is it a BLM thing? Because, I mean, listen, of course. What the hell did I just do? Oh, that was the secondary dam. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Yee, that's bad. All right, can I arrest? I mean, I can arrest while there's enemies nearby. Nonsense. So no merger? Okay, so my dexterity is back to normal.
Follow me and quickly.
His con is still low. When he gets hit by that con, he needs some serious healing to fix it. I don't know. You know, that animal companion, like the animal companion's good, but the familiar gives me +1 to saving throws, but is too vulnerable. I think that's the big issue with that. So what do you mean no merger? Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that that was the reference point, that merger was the term for it, for something like that. Yeah, no, I've always pronounced it that way. So let me ask you, is there, like I used to have this discussion with people about roof and roof. Like a Midwestern American accent pronounces that roof, and I always pronounced it roof, or roofs, not roofs. And then root. I take the route as opposed to route. The only time I might say route is if I go, but then they're going to route you around. I might say it that way, but otherwise I'm taking this route instead of that route, R-O-U-T-E, as opposed to route. Yeah. Laboratory. I don't pronounce it laboratory. I pronounce laboratory. Laboratory. I've been watching John and I got you, Rising Tides. Yeah, exactly. I hear that. There was a guy, John Campbell, who I've watched some on YouTube, was oh yeah, vitamin, which I guess is a British pronunciation. I always pronounce it vitamin. Always pronounced it vitamin, not vitamin, but he's very much like vitamin D. But yeah, laboratory. Oh God, this is bad. The trap triggered. No. No, I do not wish to save my game first. We are not going to have you run over every single conceivable trap. Oh man, this is going to be not fun. Because they're all going to want to be like Johnny in the Spot, like, hey.
Time for a little fun. Let's see what they're made of.
No. Get back here. Okay, now you get back here. Everyone stay here. Bruno, excuse me. Get back here. Oh, Bruno, you idiot. Well, nice knowing you, Bruno. Well done, Bruno. You got hit by 600 arrows. Well done. You're a genius. I know you're not heading over the same trap, are you? No, not to battle. Not to... Dude.
You enemies have revealed themselves.
Fine, let them reveal themselves. They can come to us. We are not walking over 6 million Dude. Seriously? Oh my God. I swear to God, Nishka.
Time for a little fun.
Get away. Oh my God. You guys are such idiots. Go. Get you.
Looks like
Go
we have
away.
company.
You. Go away.
This one
You.
breaking
Go
that.
away. Oh my God. So dumb. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, look. Oh, look. No. Keep running back and forth. That's great. Keep running back and forth. Okay. You guys are all idiots. Go away. Don't ever come back again. Do what I tell you. Forget your stupid AI. God, what idiots. All right. You. Jeez Louise. Ladies and gentlemen, The Walking Dead. Of course. Oh, come on. There's no enemies. Look, it's fine. Okay. Now, everyone go back.
Follow me and quickly.
First of all, okay. Oh, here we go.
This one.
Hi, remember the part where I said everybody attack? Okay. These guys have not covered themselves in glory. Hippo fan, what's going on? Man, there are people not pleased behind that door.
I am listening.
Sure,
Alright.
I can do that.
Can you unlock the door, please? No, why are you going? Why? Bruno, you are a dumb bear. I gotta be honest. You are a bear of very little brain. I mean, you really... He's dumber than the average bear. Yeah. Unbelievable. He just, the AI in this game sometimes is not, it just does not, I don't.
Time for a little fun. To battle. Take
This one.
Take that.
Okay. All right, unlocking. Gold. He's ruining everything. That's a good one. He's ruining everything. What? Who?
Let's see what they're made of.
Somehow he avoided that trap, which is incredible to me. Hopefully Great Cleave will do the rest. Bruno keeps getting Urs and Urs. That's quality right there. Brilliant work. Okay. Okay. There we go. Absolute pandemonium here. Does anyone remember there was a cartoon that was called like, was it called Pandemonium, where like three pandas would make like a big, three pandas made like a huge panda? This is going to sound ridiculous, but I swear I remember something like this. And it was called like Pandemonium or something. Does anyone remember that? Or am I the only person who remembers this? No, not Care Bears. Man, this is just a trip into a crypt. I wanted to find, trying to find the freaking officer of Fort Locke or whatever it is. Yeah, there was like, you know what? I gotta look this up. Yes. Yes. Pandemonium, an American animated television series that aired on CBS. When an evil alien named Mondrager attempted to steal an ancient object called the Pyramid of Power, the pyramid shattered into many pieces which scattered around the world. Each week, Mondrager would race against two human siblings, Peter and Peggy Darrow, who were accompanied by three talking pandas named Chesty, Timothy, and Algernon, who were irradiated by the pyramid's magic. The three of them can unite to form Papa Panda, a being with supernatural power. I knew it. Oh, man. Papa Panda. I didn't remember that it was called Papa Panda, but... Pandemonium. Hell yes. Okay. Nope, wrong way. It was the wrong way. Boosting stream 100% delivered. Okay, cool. So, I mean, you know, I don't know how much the boost is or is not doing. I don't have a good sense of it yet. But, I mean, the fact that we keep getting the boost option and that we keep delivering on it can't hurt, right? I mean, I feel like that's got to be able to take notice. Getting it in one day especially. So... Yeah. I mean, I can't get a sense of it yet, Miranda. I don't think I've done it enough to be able to tell. You know? I don't know yet. Yeah, see, I don't know whether it's... But I don't know whether it's the homepage that we're talking about. Oh, boy. Oh my gosh, the Great Cleave is so good. Okay. Ring of Resistance +1. Saving throws, universal +1. Confounded by his inability to wear more than 2 magical rings at once and desiring the powers of several of his own rings, Jagan Marsk, a Termish noble, researched the combining of powers in magical rings. While what he was really hoping for was to combine invisibility with teleportation, he eventually had to settle with this ring that provided a measure of magical protection with a handy light source. He now sells these rings to finance his ever-growing obsession with more powerful combinations. Saving throws universal +1, light, normal, orange. Okay. Well, I like that.
I am listening.
Give you some more light. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's more... I wonder if they're not trying to test out how much support the channel actually has. At least that's what I'm hoping they're actually doing. And if they are doing that, then that's obviously to the good that we continue to get the boosts. I think there's only been one time that it was offered to us that we didn't get the boost. So, but who knows? I mean, at a certain level, it may all be funny money. The answer is just to continue to build viewership and have it consistent, and you know the drill. That's all we have to do. So, and we're getting there. I mean, like the consistency and just the quality of the chat, and you know I think these are the best viewers on Twitch. I've said this many times. I think we have a good channel and a good setup. That's what I think. Oh god, turn AI off. Get the hell out of here. Okay, disable that trap, please. Not you. You go over here.
Let us attack.
Let them come to us. Again with the Great Cleave. So good. But Bruno sure does die a lot. No, 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 no. Okay. Can I heal you is the question. Magical mood rings. Somewhat, yes.
Sure, I can do that.
I'm sure there was. Whoa. Try again. What do you mean disable device failure? There you go. And this freaking grave robbing that we're doing is all just to find, we're doing this just to find, you know, the fate of the commander, the actual commander of the fort. A lot of people said that this early stage, the first chapter of Neverwinter Nights 1, is not particularly exciting, everybody said. And then after chapter 1, it really picks up. So that is good to know. Yeah, it was just a bunch of gold, which is nice, but... I forgot how iconic some of the music was in this. Oh, by the way... Well, hello. Hey guys, can you please... Not you.
Give me a minute, and this will all be over.
Okay. Nice. They say grade grabbing, repurposing otherwise abandoned and useless materials for practical purposes. Exactly. So, the Neverwinter Nights 2 main campaign, from what everyone has said, and I never actually got this far in Neverwinter Nights 2 main campaign. The Neverwinter Nights main campaign, I think, kind of sucks. There's some good moments to it, but for the most part, it's not very good, in my opinion. What made NWN1 shine was the later DLCs, like Shadows of Untitled, Hordes of the Underdark. Those are very good. And one of them I played on here, actually. Their tool set and what people were able to do with it was unparalleled, like really, really good stuff there. But the main campaign was meh. Now, so far, I haven't seen anything in this main campaign, that's made me be like, oh my goodness, I've never seen something. I have not, to this point, seen anything that makes me go, the greatest, so far. But I also was warned ahead of time about the thing that the opening of it was meh. Neverwinter Nights 1 to me never really picks up. So, I did see that. You know what? I doubt that it's going to win because I think they're probably going to go for some indie darling. I think Hades is in there, and I'm guessing just based on how the fantasy community went for it, I have a feeling that Hades is going to win that going away. And I got to be honest, again, I like Hades. I don't fully understand the speculative fiction communities. Yeah, like the other DLCs though, the Neverwinter Nights DLCs are really good though, just so you know, Miranda. I don't find Hades to be so unreal that it's like the most amazing, but fantasy authors are just like, it's the greatest, blah, 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 blah. But, and having said all of that, whoa, my goodness, we got something going on down there. As I said, Final Fantasy VII Remake was my game of the year. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is maybe the greatest remake I've ever played. I think it's a meditation on remakes. I think mechanically it's great for the most part. The music is off the chain good. I think the development of character is incredible. Graphics. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is a complete triumph. So I would love to see that win. I'm afraid it's going to be seen as too mainstream. And again, and Hades is such a different game, but I don't know, I liked Hades, but I don't adore every aspect of it. And boy, people who like Hades really like Hades. Interesting. So Last of Us Part 2 is not going to win. Oh yeah, they executed it beautifully, don't get me wrong. I just, Spiritfarer is interesting. It's not going to get enough play. Not enough people played it. I played it. It's impressive. Last of Us Part 2 I don't think is going to win because there's going to be backlash against it, and I don't think it should win. Animal Crossing New Horizons. I mean, I don't know. Is this like the award on what got people through a pandemic? Like, I played Animal Crossing New Horizons, and it was fine. Good to see you guys, Shield. No, I don't think Last of Us Part 2 is going to win. Not a Hugo. It's going to be seen because the Hugo voters are going to want to seem countercultural to it, and they're not going to like aspects of that game. Animal Crossing New Horizons just seems like a strange choice to me. Like, fun game and all, but like I don't. I mean, really. Now, see, the interesting thing to me is going to be the battle between Hades and Blazeball. Of that group, I would vote for Final Fantasy VII remake, but but I have a feeling I could see Blazeball. Now, Blazeball's another one. Now, Amal needs to not hear me say this. I don't get it. Like, I mean, they're like, well, it's baseball for nerds. I'm like, but can't baseball just be baseball for nerds? Because like it uses the language of it and like this, it's just so much. I don't know, something. There he is. That's the dude we're looking for. I think with the Hugo, I could see Blazeball pulling that out. But I think it's going to go to Hades. I think enough people, there was enough buzz. We've got a Shadow Priest. We got the Commander. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but we're about to hit some nonsense.
Fresh materials to work with. Excellent.
Sounds a little like trending.
Attack, my children. Let us add their corpses to our army.
Okay, no. Definitely not. Definitely not trending. Okay, you're going to die. You go back here and go. Goodbye, Shadow Priest. That was the easiest attack system of all time. He's like, let us add our... Blah.
I am listening.
What? There we go. Yeah, hey, I think Hades is very likely to win the Hugo. I don't know what I think Prince Justin may have headed off to bed. I don't know what Prince Justin thinks or what Triffid thinks, but I would bet that Hades wins that. Although Blazeball is interesting because there are a lot of people who like that, but Hades was just so much the new hotness, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like having played it myself, I just think that Hades, people were just like, Hades! In this community for some reason in particular. Ooh, heavy shield +1. I like the look of that.
Follow me.
A light shield +1 is good, but a heavy shield +1 is better. You're going to sell that. Exactly, Mrs. Dunsel. Couldn't agree more. And it's nothing against Animal Crossing. My daughter likes it and whatever. Nothing against that at all, but it's just, ooh, Headband of Intellect. Oh, that's nice. Who do I give that to? I mean, do you need extra skill points? You might. I think so, because it I mean, I'm just thinking about people that I happen to know. And if I look at things like, you know, Amal, who played it nonstop, Mike Underwood played it nonstop, just a bunch of fantasy people I knew played Hades like it was going out of style. And I don't know that that's the case for anything else. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's a different kind of game. I don't know. I don't want to say it's a better game. It's a different kind of game. Oh, you have books, don't you? Let's give you books. True. Very true. And don't get me wrong. I mean, and it was a good game. I mean, I have not finished all of it. It was a good game. At the edge of the mare, the site has been lightly traveled for many decades, visited regularly only by patrols from a nearby garrison. Enough material exists for a small army. It will serve our purposes for now. Interesting.
Yes.
Yes, that I actually am extremely interested. I might ask her during the next AIME. I'm very interested to ask her which one she would vote for. That's a very tough call as far as just commitment. All right, Commander. It's a miracle you came along. I was certain I'd be joining the corpses down here soon enough. Are you all right? Yes. Yes, I am. Did Lieutenant Vallis send you to find me? He must be gloating right now. He warned me not to send another patrol until we received reinforcements from Neverwinter. Lieutenant Vallis sent me to find out what happened to the patrols. It's a good thing that he did. I have much to report, and the new men need to be prepared to deal with this new threat. New threat? The necromancer interrogated me thoroughly on the strengths and weaknesses of Fort Locke. Troop numbers, defense strategies, the experience of the men. He must have been planning to attack using the undead he was raising. He had enough to defeat the garrison? You fought through most of his forces to reach me. You know as well as I do he didn't have the numbers to bring down the fort. Perhaps if he had additional forces coming from the north, say from Highcliff, then he may have had a chance of success. Even then he would have needed to surprise the fort, which would be unlikely. News of Highcliff falling would spread like wildfire. Fort Locke would be nearby, would be ready. Why would he want to attack the fort? That's a question I've been trying to answer as well. Okay, you fought through most of his forces, we already said that. Was the necromancer working alone? He spoke with a shade of some sort from time to time. I heard a name, Black Garius. I gather he's the one giving the orders. So what do you do now? I was separated from my men as we fought our way. Some may still be down here if they're still alive. I won't feel right leaving here. If they're still alive, I won't feel right leaving here. But I also need to return to the fort. I'll leave it up to you. If we return to the fort, I'd appreciate it if you would make a return trip and try to find them. Let's look for your men. How many do you think there are? I had 3 men with me when we entered this crypt. I hope they're all still alive. We should get moving. The longer we wait, the less likely we are to find any of them alive. All right, we got Commander Tan. Commander Tan. Okay. Yeah, Blazeball I feel is a game that I'm just not, I mean, until I actually play it myself. Okay. Yes. Yay, companion is right. And hopefully a companion who's not quite as much as an idiot. Oh, it was my bear. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we've got right and left. Is that another level change? Yeah, it is. All right, before we do that, let's go back here. We haven't fully explored down here, and I'd like to find more. Traps. Traps. Yeah. It's funny, though, because I wonder a little bit if the Blazeball experience isn't like... I sometimes wonder if there isn't just a little bit of sneaking appreciation that finally, you know, so-called nerds that are not sports fans get to do stuff too. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know, because I heard so much, you know, did you know how much, as a person who self-identifies as a nerd and a sports fan, do you know how much I've had to hear over the years, the constant, like, the sort of derisive sports ball? Are you was talking about sports ball? I don't know sports ball, right? Like, and I wonder whether there isn't a little bit of sort of them being like, because I had the experience of in 2004 watching the Red Sox win a championship after being a fan for, at that point, almost 20 years, and watching and having the joy of having them do that. And I wonder a little bit, or the Steelers, or the Yukon Huskies, or whatever. And I wonder a little bit whether there isn't just a touch of, now we get to do that too. You know, I wonder. Because it is very, very much like baseball, except just with cool fantasy stuff. Which is, I mean, listen, I'm all about that. I can get behind that for sure. Mm-hmm. That's one of the men. Commander, by the gods, am I glad to see you. And I you, Blaine. But thank our rescuer here, not me. I'm just glad you were able to survive. No small feat, that. Still, we wouldn't have been around much longer if you hadn't shown up. Let's keep moving. We still haven't found all my men. Okay, and he's just going to run out of the thing. Okay, that's one. One guy. We have 2 more left to get. Why not Blood Bowl, though? That's interesting, Triffid. You know what? That's a very good point. That's a good point. In a way, it's like you're building up that history from the very beginning. Because admittedly, part of my enjoyment and love of sports, comes from, I mean, I played basketball, I played tennis at a decently high level. I mean, I played league tennis and, whatever. And my father, that was a big thing with my dad. My dad was a big sports fan, right? So I got a lot of that sort of general interest from my father. And, then, and also other things like I liked basketball and baseball more than my dad did. My dad was more of a tennis and a table tennis guy. And I do like tennis, obviously, and I played tennis. That was my favorite thing to play. But in terms of like sports that I like to watch, probably it's basketball. Well, I like football too. Basketball, baseball, or football. And my dad liked all those to a certain degree, but not as much as I did. But still, I had that connection, right? And so that may be part of it, is the fact that I also therefore had that history. And, and my dad was able to share some of that history. And I visited the Baseball Hall of Fame, although I don't remember anything about it because I was so young, in Cooperstown and whatever. So, yeah, so that may very well be part of it.
Nature's fury strike you down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hold the phone. Are you so hurt? Today... Oh my god, dude. Can you please heal him? I said mass cure serious wounds. Please now. He just doesn't want to cast heal. I don't understand. Must have a healing kit, of course. Why can I not use this item? Is it out of... I think what it is that it's out of cure serious wounds, which means if that's the case, I need to stop putting in my quick bar. Because I keep thinking that it's a thing I can use. So if I can't use it, then I can't use it, and they need to tell me that. So... Also, where are you? What? Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, Hishel? Yeah, Blazeball, ironically. Wait, what? Dude, what are you doing over here? How did you even get here? My god, dude. Oh, this is an absolute mess. Come here. Shoot. Can all of you...
You shall soon trouble no one again.
What are you doing? Get in here and attack.
Let's get him.
Here, AI on. Alright? Everybody just hit everybody. Jeez. Yeah, although it needs to be said, though... Oh, Garrett. Oh, crap, 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 crap. Not you, not you, not you. Sugar.
I am listening.
Looks like we got here too late. Losing a man is never easy. We did our best. That we did. At least I know he died fighting, and I can give Garrett here a proper burial. Let's keep moving. We still haven't found all of my men. Alright, so we found 2 out of 3. I wonder if the third one is on this floor, because there's another thing that, like, leads you to somewhere else. I guess I'll keep looking and see. But anyway, to go back to what we were just talking about, oh yeah, Potion of Bless. I don't even know... Right, there's something to that, Marinda. I don't honestly even know if it is ironic. I feel like Blazeball feels to me like, and I take them at their word because I've gotten this from a lot of different people. I don't think they're ironically using it. I think they're actually really enjoying Blazeball. This completely made up thing. And I mean, there may be an ironic component in the sense that, you know, the argument would be, well, it's all ironic, you know? And like, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's in here? Now let's save it, because we have one guy left to get. Yeah, there's something to that. There is definitely something to that, Marinda. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't do that. No. Yeah, I do not want to leave. There's a third guy there somewhere in that place that I need to find. Yeah, Triffid said that, and I think that's very insightful on Triffid's part. I think that's true. I think that part of a lot of it really is that picking up of the history, and I had not thought about that actually. But it seems 100% accurate to me. I don't think that's the oh, come on. I don't think that's the only reason, but I think that's a big part of the reason. But it's funny because if you think about it, I mean, how many sort of so-called kind of geeky, nerdy versions would we say we have of things that are in this very category, right? Of things that require a lot of backstory and knowledge. Like if I talk to people who are experts on anime, for example, their knowledge of this is staggering. Like the amount and like the depth and the, you know, this connects to this with the other and like all of this stuff. No. Okay. Yeah, yeah. And also, it is, in fact, utterly random. Right? Like, what actually happens in the game is utterly random. Commander, you're alive. Thank the gods. I see my training wasn't wasted on you, Brunil. And you can thank our rescuers here for our lives. It was nothing. Ha! Humble, too. I guess you're still new at all this hero business. I thank you for finding my men for me. It's time we return to the fort. I've got to prepare the men for what we found down here. All right, good. Now we can go back to Fort Locke. We just have to check out that one room in there, and then we head back. Actually, there's also other crypts out there, too, and I don't know. Yeah. But you know, it's interesting, though, because I really hope you're finding your way, that you need to go to this place, because it doesn't, I don't know. It's interesting because sometimes I think hours spent in a particular game are different than hours spent in another kind of game. You know? Like, I can think very clearly about times where something like Slay the Spire, dropping some... Darn it, I did already do that. Oh, well. Spending hours... dropping, like, I don't know, an hour on Slay the Spire and doing that a lot sometimes could feel a little bit less intimidating than dropping just, you know, 100 hours plus on, you know, The Witcher or something like that. So... Oh, yeah. I mean, it's too bad also because, like, as far as gatekeeping is concerned, if people are being honest about it, they should want more people involved. Like, I mean, they really should. Okay, there's one more crypt over there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit up that crypt, go back to the fort and turn in these quests, and then I think we're going to wrap for the evening. Because I don't think this should take super long. I hope not. Oh, this is the other side of that crypt. Oh, nice. Good. Wow, that sure was a big crypt. Okay, this, however, is a different crypt, I think. And complete crash. Okay. It was like, you want to go in the crypt? Crash. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Just to be on the safe side, actually, I'm going to save this under another thing. Just in case. It's actually the first real crash that I've had since I started trying to get it running a few days ago. But once I got that done, then it was fine. All right. Here we go. Enter? Maybe? Just says a crypt. Thank you, Triffid. Yes. Very soon. Okay. You know, people playing these games have got to get the idea that instead of a graveyard being a relatively peaceful, quiet, theoretically reverent place, it's basically just a place where a bunch of dead things run around and try to kill you. Like, can we... Oh my god, can you guys... Okay. Yeah, it's 1:30. No resting is allowed. Like, they don't even give you an option. They're just not even like, oh, you must gather your party before. Like, nope.
Looks like this lot needs some special attention. How can I help?
Storm +1. This weapon bears the mark of the dwarf Merrick. Again, virulent grasp. 1d4, 1d4, 1d4 plus 1. That's cool, but not as powerful as what he's already got. No resting is allowed. Okay, let's go. Already got some grave robbers here, I see. Oh, this doesn't look dangerous at all. Oh, come on now. There's so obviously a trap right there.
I am listening.
All done.
Okay, Great Cleave saving again. Kelgar's Great Cleave, honestly, has been easily the most valuable ability of this playthrough. Like, it is just, you know, if his pathfinding was better, I mean, were better, Okay. Yeah, no lackluster cleave. Why, unfortunately? Thank goodness, I think is what you're looking for. Whoops. Whoopsie! Diseased, paralyzed. Hello? Hello? Everybody? Okay.
How can I help?
Kind of scroll. Animate dead. Oh, who cares about that? Just happened there. Don't know what that lever did. I have to say, no resting allowed in this area is basically the Windows general protection fault, like, of D&D. Like, what do you mean, not allowed?
You shall soon trouble no one again.
Let's see what they're made of! Let's see what they're made of!
Oh, based on my path. Oh, I see. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Boy, I sure would love to have Kelgar get in there.
Let us attack.
All right.
Can you move, Nishka, please? Okay. Oh boy.
How can I help?
You can help by disabling that. Oh, well listen, if you're responsible for this, Ishel, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta be more careful what you do with your skeletons, alright? A lot of gold, though, and that is going to help us with other stuff. Okay. Alright, a little bit of fancy grave robbing later. We are out. Okay. None too soon. All right. Let's rest. Then we go back to Fort Locke, turn everything in. Okay. All right, back to Fort Locke. I'm working on stronger binds for them. In Warhammer 2, is that RTS? Are we talking about? Are we talking Warhammer 2 like the actual board game? You know, whatever, the army game? Commander, it's good to see you alive and well. I'm sure you have a report ready once you return to the fort. That I will, Lieutenant. We have much to discuss. Assemble the officers. I'll be with them shortly. You'll report directly to me, and I shall brief the officers. I'm relieving you of duty. Oh, crap. What's gotten into you? I've given you your orders. Now carry them out. I am the commander of Fort Locke now, Tam. You will brief me, then return to your quarters, and I'll have you arrested for insubordination. Commander has given you your orders, Valis. It's your duty to carry them out. Not about to watch the garrison fall apart because of you, Tan. The loss of 3 patrols was a direct result of your failure to prepare the men properly. You're unfit for command. The men were as prepared as they could possibly be, Lieutenant. If you have an issue, you can bring it up with my superiors. This is not the way to handle it. I've heard enough. Men, arrest them. If he resists, use any force necessary to subdue him. Diplomacy. I think the soldiers know where their commander is, don't you, men? Oh, they know. Soldiers crave discipline, and that's what I give them. You could take lessons, Tan. I'm not letting you take me anywhere, Valis. What you're doing is treason. Indeed, I think I've been more than patient with you. Men, kill them. Well, crap. I've hated this guy from the beginning. You suck. Well, so much for diplomacy.
I cannot carry this weight and still move.
The RTS game Total War. Yeah, something... I mean, he was acting weird for a while. I don't know about him being possessed, but I think he's like...
Yes.
I don't know. He's not... He's got problems. Alright, chainmail +1. Oh, okay. He's got bandit mail.
I can follow me and quickly.
Okay, I can't wear that, but you can. Yeah, but...
Yes.
Okay, so we did that. Alright, now we get back to the fort. Because we need healing big time. Then we sell a bunch of stuff. And then we can finally head on, which we're not going to do tonight, but we'll be able to head on after that's done. I mean, the little fort, like this is an example, right? The Fort Lock stuff, this was fine. You know, it's not, but it's not super compelling. It's not particularly original. And is a little tedious in terms of just like going to the, you know, but it's fine. But it really picks up later on is what I've heard, so. Commander Tam, who's still hurt. I've already spoken with Marshal Cormac. The patrols to West Harbor will resume right away. I can't believe Valis allowed security to deteriorate like this. I've also spoken with our smith, Jacoby. He's been given orders to make whatever spare equipment we might have laying around available to you. I'd like to hear that. He'll charge you cost for the items. I wish I could afford to just give them to you, but the money counters back in Neverwinter would have my head for that. So with that all out of the way, is there anything else I can help you with? It is the main campaign, yes, Ishel. No, there's not. Thank you giving my men out of the crypt. It's a shame we lost Garrett, but I suppose we're fortunate there were any survivors at all. This garrison seems to attract a lot of attention. That it does. Fort Lock's seen plenty of battles. Not a surprise, since we're guarding the only road in and out of the mare. Still, the walls have stood up to everything, even that bloody affair against some self-proclaimed King of Shadows. I wasn't around for that one, but I hear that's the closest Fort Lock's ever come to falling. Yeah, that was an NDN1. The walls weren't built to stop demons after all. Still, she held up. That's why I don't understand what that necromancer was up to. Maybe he found a weakness. Maybe. That's why I've ordered my sergeants to make a full review of our defenses. This fort stood up for generations. I don't want to be known as the commander who finally lost it. What can you tell me about the King of Shadows? Garrison lore has it he was some sort of warlock leading a pack of demons. The story goes that Neverwinter finally cornered him at West Harbor and killed him along with most of the village. The surviving demons fled north to this fort and tried to take it. The garrison held and the demons were hunted down. Glad I wasn't there for that. The lore makes it sound like a bloodbath. Okay. Good. That all works. So, Jacoby. Alright, Marshal Cormac. Commander Tan is back, Valis is taken care of, and it looks like the patrols will be starting again soon. Not bad at all. You seem to have a knack for solving problems. I could use someone like you. I can reward you properly for this back in the city. Shouldn't be any trouble convincing Captain Braylana that you deserve a little something for helping me out. Stop by the city guard barracks if you find yourself looking for work in Neverwinter. As for me, I'd best get moving. I've already spent too much time here. Alright. Ah, demons possessed. Thanks for getting our commander back for us. We were all ready to hang Valis ourselves just on principle. The smithy work still won't be a challenge, but it sure be a lot more pleasant around here. So what can I do for you? Well, you can prepare to give me all your stuff. Ooh. Okay. Sell the rest of this. Sell the katana. See, now we're cooking with gas. We start selling these +1 weapons, and all of a sudden our gold starts jumping up big time. The classic, this has no effect on our... Oh, no, I guess I'll keep your War Axe. On our economy.
Follow me and quickly.
Yes.
Don't need that. Hold on to these for now. Well, actually, no, I don't need that. Okay. 6,400 gold. Do you have anything now? You still don't have any arrows +1. Really?
Follow me and quickly.
There's that Harbinger kin. Oh, yeah, that's right. 2d6, 2 fire, and a +1 sword. Ironwood War Mace. Oh, no, no, no. 1d12 +1. Ooh, that might be good for her. Sheddarin Shortbow. 1d6 +4. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yep. Definitely. Writ of the Vizier. What is this? It's a martial flail. On hit, fear, DC 14, 50%, 2 rounds. Wow. Neither the advisor, tools of the trusted deputy, or valued assistant. 1d +1 isn't as good as I might hope for, though. That Harbinger kin is nice. What is your weapon right now? Oh, yeah, you have the Astral Blade +1. It's pretty good, though. Yeah, I mean, like, that's, yeah. Which, I mean, the thing is, like, right, everybody does it. Glad I could help. I'll be moving on as soon as I pack my gear. Thank you, Arvin. It's been an honor knowing you. Well, question is not mutual. No, I'm just kidding. Greater gloves of concentration. 5,000. Okay. Point blank shot. I already have point blank shot, but the +1 dex is nice. Actually, I may sell the Drum of Haunting. That way you can still use this. You know, every time you get a legitimate, like an actual real economic system, it sucks in practice, you know? And so there is a part of this that I don't necessarily want. Okay. Oh, I've got to actually get healing before I can get that, but I don't, in a way, it's like I don't want that, you know, like, because I get something like that and then I end up sort of, it's so tedious to actually deal with. But you think there'd be some combination that would allow them to do, I don't know, something, because as it is, it just feels like ridiculous. You could just like throw a bunch of stuff at them, like, all right, keep going, and like they'll just be like, sure, give me all of your stuff.
I am listening.
So,
Yeah.
How can I help?
also, I think oh my gosh.
I am listening.
2 points? I need 2 experience. I need 2 experience points. Really. That's what I need. I need 2 experience points to level. Can I like boil an egg and get 2 experience? Like, all right, farewell. 2 experience. Really? I need healing. Now I have 20 decks. Okay. 2 experience. I really want to get the 2 experience. Because the thing is, when I get the 2 experience, I'm going to be able to turn him into an arcane archer. Oh, man. Alright, well, you know what? Here. Let's save this. And let's quick save it as well. Let's get to the area that we're going. And then we'll wrap for the evening. I think I was going to High Cliff next. Yeah. Came from the Weeping Willow Inn. I mean, originally I came from West Harbor. Then Weeping Willow Inn. Then I went to the Swamp Cave. Then I went to Fort Locke. Then I went north to the Bandit Camp. Then east to the Graveyard. And now High Cliff. Good. Encountered something on my way. Good. I'll get 2 experience. 2 experience. Oh, really, X-Men?
No place to run this town, Kalakcha. That's what you have stolen. Hand it over, and we will let you live.
This is getting tiresome. What's so important about that blasted thing that has them chasing us all over Farron?
I wish I knew the answer.
Ah, take your time. At least the fight's come to us.
And the shard of an owl, or we will take it from your corpse.
Can we talk about this?
Fool, I shall enjoy killing you.
Oh, it's this woman. Whoa!
Fight, you pathetic thralls. Kill them all.
She's been watching us the whole time.
Looking at me. Attack.
Let's see what they're made of.
There's the level up. That was all I needed. Eleni. Out of ammo.
By the shadows of Merdelaine. Who's for a fight? Come on!
New enemies have revealed themselves.
Looks like we have company.
Okay, let's see.
Let us attack.
That's all you got?
Okay.
You walk a strange path for a harborman. Apparently, I'm not the only one who has a problem with it. Forgive me, but I saw these things about to attack you. I found I could not simply stand by while you were ambushed. Again, I'd like to help if I could. I've been trying to follow you without interfering, but I don't think you'll reach your destination without someone who knows the land.
Who are you?
Yeah, maybe you'd better tell us who you are. And there's others of us here, too. If you can take your eyes off our leader long enough to notice.
I am Eleni, and rather than shadow you, I would walk with you.
We're doing fine, thanks.
How about you
And
shut
maybe
up,
you'd like to
Nishka?
explain why you were following us in the first place.
I'd like to know that as well. Tree worshippers tend to keep to themselves and don't pay much mind to travelers who take the roads.
I think you will find tree worshippers a rare thing these days, dwarf. so do not use that word lightly.
Apparently not rare enough to have you come out of nowhere after following us.
Can everyone
Hell's
stop with
no
the
fly.
hostility? This person just helped us. Yeah, would the two of you
Do
please
what
let me
you
do the
want,
talking?
But if she starts anything, she'll regret it.
Always talking, and to the elves and half demons and the like. It'll end badly, I tell you.
Tree worshippers, you're a druid?
Yes, I am one of the tree worshippers of the mare. Just as you have the smell of a harborman upon you. I've watched you stumble through thick and bramble, miss paths right in front of your eyes, and let those beasts
He had
catch
bark
you
skin cast on him.
what feels to be a dozen times over. Before casting insults, maybe one such as I could actually help you, harborman. Did you think of that?
I meant no offense.
Then maybe I should do the talking.
Shut
Very well.
up.
Perhaps I spoke too quickly. And with enemies like the ones who pursue you, we waste time with useless words.
Why are you here and why did you show yourself now?
It's a strange circle of who follows who on this road. At first, I was following those who attacked
guess.
you, but they seem to be following you. Which leads me to believe there's something you have, something they want, so I thought that perhaps my enemy's enemies would at least welcome some company to their destination. And with my help, even get there faster.
Faster? How?
Well, I come bearing a gift, not just words. I know of a quicker path to Highcliff, and one that will hide your trail as well. There is a druid sanctuary not far from here, the Maiden's Glade, where members of my circle would go for refuge when traveling the land. I can lead you there, and with no further attacks from these hunters of yours. Not that you can't handle yourself, but I'm sure you're growing as tired of these attacks as I am.
A ranger, soon to be an arcane archer as soon as I get control again. What do you know of these attackers?
Little. They are not of the land, that is for certain. They have a strange smell about them, and their speech is like nothing I've heard before. Unless they are speaking to their thralls, it is impossible to make out. But they keep calling you Kalak-Cha. Do you know what that means?
I do not know.
Then it looks like when it comes to answers, we have little to offer one another. A pity.
Why are you following
I
them?
only recently became aware of them. First in the Mare-de-Lane, the wetlands you harbormen call the Mare of Dead Men. I believe they are responsible for many attacks in the Mare and beyond. Not all their victims escaped as you did, and so I followed them to learn of their intentions, and if possible, to stop them.
You want to help me?
There is something these hunters want from you, and they seem determined to stop you from
Yeah,
reaching
she's very
your
into the strange
destination.
smells
so
thing.
I feel it is my duty to balance things out. Besides, they outnumber you.
Oh, yeah,
That's
the
not
balance
fair.
thing. We would welcome your company.
Very well. That wasn't so hard to admit now, was it?
What? We're taking her along? Why?
Because I'm the
There's
boss.
some sort of problem.
I'll say, you're still talking, and you're acting like you're coming with us. That's the
What is
problem.
the Shut up. If she meant us harm, Nishka, she wouldn't have bothered helping us or talking to us.
Well, I'm going to keep my eye on her. And you, it looks like. Forget I said anything.
I already have.
Let's be off. Judging by the sun and trail, you were headed to Neverwinter, correct?
I need to reach my Uncle Duncan's city and acknowledge on a shard I
A
possess.
shard? Ah, so that would be the silk-wrapped bundle I saw in your pack. It sounds like that is what those creatures are looking for.
Yes, we don't know why.
Well, if they seek it, then let us do what we can to keep it from them. Regardless, I appreciate your trust in telling me.
I got a little
Thank
influence
you.
with her
Let's
and
be
like
on our
lost
way.
influence with
Follow
Nishka.
me. The Maiden's Glade is not far.
Oh my god, you're loading up again. Can I want to control my freaking characters and level them up and save it and stop for the night.
This is a long way from the road. Are you sure you know where you're going?
Agreed. How much farther is this place?
Not far, for we are already here. This is Eridus, the Maiden's Glade, in the tongue of Harbormen. Just as the Mare of Dead Men was once Mare-de-Lane, the slow marching court, this place also had a name long before settlers from Neverwinter set
Still, a druid is
Did
closer
we
to a
ever
healer.
set foot here? I can barely see where we're going.
Trust me, it's no better at my height either. Sure as the hells couldn't find my way back to the road now.
The road to the Maiden's Glade is hidden, known only to the beasts of the land and those whom the beasts call kin. Take note of where I step should you need to walk this path again. The glade up ahead was a retreat for druids, a place of shelter if they needed to heal or rest. Many such places exist along the coast. The animals here would protect the druids, and they will shield you from your pursuers if they should find you.
You mean those animals?
Hey, what's up, animals?
This one then.
The animals here are frightened, and I know not why. There is usually at least one druid in the glade, and they should be aware of the beasts, and us.
Well, I say we avoid any wolves or anything trying to kill us.
I say we fight them. They attack us, we attack them. Besides, could use new boots.
I'd prefer to get through here without bloodshed.
I would prefer that, yes.
Okay, before we do anything, I would prefer that we actually level you up. All right, that's what I would prefer, so I can stop. Okay, level up. Why can I not do... Okay, I don't understand. I have point blank shot. I have weapon focus. I have the ability to cast first level arcane spells. My base attack bonus... What is my base attack bonus right now? 5. So I'm... Oh, so the next level I get to be... All right. Man. The next level I get to be Arcane Archer. What is it, Odin? Base attack bonus is farther down? Wait, let me check that again. Oh, it's only 4. Why is it... Doesn't it go up every level in 3.5, or am I getting that confused? Base attack bonus is 4. Shouldn't it be up at... Means I'm not anywhere close, is what that means. That's interesting. Yeah, but I don't have a sorcerer. I have a ranger. I took 1 level in sorcerer because because I wanted to get the arcane spell casting. So I wonder if I did that too early now. Well, I'm not going to go back and do it now, but let's see. Favorite enemy. I'm going to do favorite enemy outsiders. Rangers need level 9. Oh, really? Really interesting. Just 6 party members. Alright, that doesn't... Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Odin. Welcome. A dinosaur companion. Wow. That's pretty sweet. A dinosaur companion is pretty sweet. However, dodge is important too. And so is power critical. Oh, man. Yeah. Haha. I've been enjoying it. Wisdom, no. Combat casting will be useful down the line. Yeah, alright. I am so tempted to get that, but I won't. It's either dodge or power critical. I think power critical. Okay.
Yeah?
No, actually. There we go. Alright. Improve power attack or dodge. Nah. Yeah, I'd say that's fair enough, Odin. If Baldur's Gate 3 can dethrone it. Although, I don't know. Something about, hi, Pyron. You're getting up. I'm about to get to bed, but good to see you, as always, Pyron. Yeah, we'll see. I don't... Something about Larian's games and me don't seem to click. I don't know what it is. I'm not wild about the Divinity games. I've tried. I don't know. Something doesn't click for me with them, and I'm worried because it feels to me like all the stuff that I've seen of Divinity Original... I slip. BG3 has felt much more like Divinity Original Sin 3 than actual Baldur's Gate. And I'm not interested in that much. Oh, I'm sorry you had a nightmare. Yeah, I don't even love... Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Hishel. I don't... You know, and I hate to say that because I feel like it's a company that I ought to like, right? But it's just, I find... I don't click with them. I don't particularly love their storytelling. I find the humor is kind of dumb. I don't know. Something about it doesn't click with me. And I found, frankly, a lot of the setup for Baldur's Gate 3 to be super disgusting. Like, the trailer, I hate horror and body horror in particular. And so the trailer, I was watching it, I'm like, well, thanks for that. Thank you for, that's great, thanks. And I just the whole feel like tadpoles in the brain, the whole thing just turns me off. So I'm really worried because, and again, it does not look to me like BG3. It looks like Divinity Original Sin 3. And since that's what they were working on when they got the Baldur's Gate game, the Baldur's Gate license, you know, I don't know why you wouldn't go to Obsidian for this. I feel like Obsidian is tailor-made to do Baldur's Gate 3. But you know, again, it may just be a thing with the with me and them. I mean, they're a good company. I don't know. Something doesn't click. Yeah, targeting. I also did a lot of Divinity Original Sin 1, and the targeting was really it was not accurate, and I don't know. Okay, I want that full. I want that full. I want your lore full. I want you to open locks full. Move silently full. Okay.
Yes.
Last but certainly not least, a Wood Elf Druid. Definitely concentration. I would like you to have some points in heal. Oh, you have a lot of lore too. Yeah. Might be. I mean, yeah, but see, I know, but regardless of that, the D&D sort of computer game tree has gone in a different direction at this point. So to me, since it's gone in a different direction, it's no longer something that hold on a second here. Okay. That's going to be useful. Wait a second. What was that? Okay. So yeah, yeah, I know. I know. I'm just trying to finish up with this. Okay. Good. Wonderful. Now, last thing is you have nothing. You have like absolutely nothing. Can I give you anything? Yes. Can you wear that, please? Okay. Robe of fire resistance.
Yes.
I love the fact that I don't have any arrows. That is something I was not aware I was in danger of dealing with. Can you use this? No, you can't.
Yes.
Great. Absolutely great.
Yes.
Can you use that? I can. Great.
Follow me and quickly.
Alrighty. So let's save. Rest. Summon and save.
I am listening.
Badger, 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 badger. Okay. And okay, so we save it, and your wild shape is going to be aw, yeah, we got multiple bears. Bear times bear equals bear. We got 2 bears, a badger, a rabbit. That seems like a good spot to save, to stop. Time to go to Beartown. Yes, but not now, of course. Okay. Oh, man. Good times. All right. So, I've already played this for 9 hours and 52 minutes among the various channels. Okay. So, we're going to do that. All right. And then that's going to shut down. I'll switch this back over. It's almost more than I can bear. It's going to be great. The entire menagerie hit. The entire menagerie hit is what we've got going on. All right, folks. So that is going to do it today. Really fun session today. For those of you who missed it, by the way, tomorrow, or later on today, I should say, I'm so excited about how good that orange looks. Oh, man. I'm so pumped up about that. I am very excited. Pyron, you should see this too. You're going to have to go to bed, unfortunately. Nice to meet you. Yeah, same way. Odin, you can see over there behind me. I've got over there. Let me just move this for a second. Over there, I have got 2D. I've got first edition, second edition, third edition, fourth edition, fifth edition, red box. I have got Adventures of Middle-earth. I have got Cosmic Patrol, Esper Genesis, Lone Wolf, Shadowrun, Star Trek, Tunnels and Trolls, The Warren, The Clay That Woke, Epilion. I've got Indiana Jones. I've got D&D Diablo. I have got everything you want. If you like D&D, you were in the right place because we do a lot of it on this channel. So we have got all this kind of stuff. And we've got D&D coming on Tuesday with Pyron Jade, which is going to be awesome, and the GOG crew. And then next week we've got Talisman Adventures, which I also have down there in paper form, which is sponsored, of course, by the company. But what I wanted to show everybody is that tomorrow during my D&D with viewers session, where I normally play with viewers, I'm going to be playing with viewers, but in a different way. We are doing this tomorrow. We are doing Legacy of Dragonholt, which is getting flicker I should not be getting. I am getting a flicker that I should not get. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that later on. Anyway, so I have got Legacy of Dragonholt. This is a cooperative adventure game that I'm going to be doing with everybody. I haven't even unsealed it yet. I'm going to unseal it, take off the shrink wrap, take the stuff out and play this. And that's going to be happening tomorrow. We're going to play it together, chat together with me. And that's going to be awesome. You have Talisman board game multiplayer today. Yeah, I hear you. I know, Pyron. I figured the time was not going to work. But any case, if you just, I hope you don't have another nightmare, but if something were to happen, you're welcome to stop by. Yes, so anyway, we're going to be playing this together. That'll be starting tomorrow between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern. So definitely stop by. You get to play with us. Basically, that's how I'm doing D&D with viewers. And then Sunday we'll be off. Monday we are off. Tuesday we're back with Adventures of Middle-earth. Then, as Pyron just said, over on GOG, I'll be doing D&D with GOG Storm King's Thunder, which is moving into literally the end of that campaign now, which is pretty cool. And then Wednesday, as Triffitt just said, we have D&D with the Shadow Crew, with Shadow Mage as your DM, and then you've got Triffitt, Hoodie, Rock God, and Echo Alpha X5 continuing their playthrough of Dragon of Icespire Peak. Thursday we have off, Friday we have Esper Genesis, and Saturday D&D with Infinity and Beyond, Palace of the Red Pasha. So that's what we've got going on. But it all starts tomorrow with Legacy of Dragonholt. I hope you folks enjoyed this as much as I did. I had a really good time, and I am looking forward to more of this, actually. I am looking forward to more Neverwinter Nights 2 as time allows, and both on the GOG channel and back here. But for right now, we're going to be moving into some tabletop stuff starting with tomorrow, so that is going to be a good time. If you like what you saw and heard, no, Legacy of Dragonholt is not 5e. It's a kind of like a choose your own adventure cooperative game where you basically have different characters, and then it's almost like a sandbox narrative game. So it's very driven by sort of text and stuff like that, and it's got a legacy system. So as you go through things, you gain levels, and like certain paths close out and others open up. Also, it's based in the same system. It's based in the world of Terranoth, which is, I don't know if you're familiar with the games Runebound or Descent, the board game from Fantasy Flight Games, but those are both set in Terranoth as well, and that's what this was based on. And I've been playing around with the idea of trying it out, and I finally decided to take the plunge, and hopefully people will like it. So, but no, it is not D&D 5e. I'm just doing something a little bit different than usual, just to kind of give it a sense. So, yeah. Yeah, Runebound is like a modern Talisman, actually. Runebound is very much, it has a lot of things that remind me of Talisman in it. So, Talisman's still better because it's Talisman, but Runebound is pretty good in its own way. Okay, having said all of that, though, let's see what we've got. So, I've got this person. Yeah, okay, I think I know what we're going to do. So that, however, is going to do it for me for this evening. If you like what you saw and heard, please follow the channel. Check out my YouTube with !ArvTube. Please sub to me over there as well. You can find past broadcasts of this and other streams over there. !ArvCord is my Discord, where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. !ArvTweets is my Twitter, where I always try to tweet when I'm going live and about other stuff as well. Website for all of that is arvanelleron.com. On the financial side, !ArvShop is my merchandise area, where you can get stuff for Infinity and Beyond, for Adventures of Middle-earth, and soon to be Esper Genesis. That thing is also under construction, so there are things that are going to be changing over the next 3 to 6 months. Arv Treon is that Patreon right there. 22 patrons, 201 per month. Have I seen Dragon? I have seen Dragon. Hey Dragon in games and movies and TV and books and yeah. Anyway, I hope that answers the question. Exclamation point, where was I? Arftreon is the Patreon where you can get stuff to support the channel and stuff to support you. We've got 22 patrons, 201 per month, and we're trying to kind of build this up and continue to go north of that. You can get, like I say, epic poems written about you, character backgrounds written for you, copy of one of my band's albums and things like that. So even a professional writing critique. So all of that can be done if you support the Patreon at the levels you can see over there. And of course, we've got, yeah, goodbye. Thank you, shout out. And then we've also got, of course, exclamation point. So we've got all about those. And then we've also got exclamation point Arftreon. And of course, the sub button is another thing which a lot of people have used today. Subbing to the channel is another way to support us here and also do what we do, which is to support story and narrative, communication and community. And that's what we try to do in the channel. Subbing to us allows us to do that too. You can also get inspirations to help the players in my various tabletop campaigns in both the Patreon and in the subsystem. So please think about that. Last but certainly not least, on the publishing side, exclamation point Icarus for my Icarus graphic novel from Athos Arts, nominated, actually finalist for the IBPA Benjamin Franklin Awards, final vote next month. Athos is also going to be the publisher doing Greyshade, which is part of my Greyshade Kickstarter, exclamation point Greyshade KS for that. And the other one working in the Greyshade Kickstarter is exclamation point Library. That is Alligator Alley Entertainment are working on the Greyshade Kickstarter for that. And Library will get you to my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library, which is my own 5e adventure and sourcebook, which is out in digital and which is on its way from physical just as soon as U.S. Customs lets it off the freaking dock where it's been sitting for the last 2.5 months. Please release it. So that's the deal with that. And of course, if you haven't already done so, please take a look at exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, very important to affirm and assert that Black lives do matter. And of course, exclamation point Help Now, which is the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help and to reach out to others when they need help as well. We are going to do a raid today. It is going to be a simple one. Oh, awesome, Gaia. I'm glad you have joined Discord. Excellent. Yeah, an exclamation point Arvcord. Please do that. If you're also, definitely try to sub to me over on YouTube because we're trying to build the subscriber numbers over there. It doesn't cost anything for you to do that. But if you have an account, please do that if you can. Hey, Build Nye. Bye, Build Nye. So this is how you're going to do it if you are a raid. If you are a sub, if you are not a sub, you're going to do this. The Arvanites have landed, Twitch raid, lowercase Twitch, uppercase R, lowercase AID. If you are a sub, you're going to do this. Arvanites have landed, Arvany roar, Arvany hype, Twitch raid, Arvany witch, Arvany woe, Arvany what? Arvany smug, Arvany love, any of the Arvanese, basically, when you are brought over auto-magically to the place that we are going to be taking you next. I want to thank everyone who made this an awesome stream today. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Rock God, Shadow Mage, Triffany Mats, best in the business. Thank you to my wonderful subs, Rock God, Shadow Mage, Triffany Mats, Echo Alpha X5, Live Suing, Mrs. Dunsel. Thank you so much, and thank you to my Patreon supporters in that group as well. Thank you to Axeman, to Build Nye, to Terminologies. What's up to Terminologies? To Dino Evol, to Draconis, to Draconiu, to DreamMag, to Gaia Shield, to Gigafrost, Gorgar, to Hishel, to Liker, to Nordwolf, to Odin, to Penguin Questionable Man, to Pyron Jade, of course, Poltergeist Zero, let's see, Q and Fog, to Raw, to Zalhalla, to Swarm of Cats, Tilted Gaming, Tauntoms, what's up, Tilted Gaming? Tauntoms, U Christensen, USS Norway, and V&K. I do not have any more panels at Flights of Foundry this weekend. I just had the reading and the panel both on Friday for me. So that's it. But it still was great. I had a great time. And, they did a great job in running it. And yeah, and I would do it again in the future if asked. So, but that's going to do it for me. Please stick around for the raid, and thank you all so much for being lovely people. I will see you all between 7 and 8 p.m. later on today, Eastern, for Legacy of Dragonholt, which is going to be a good time. Until then, everyone, please be good to each other, and I'll catch all you people soon. Bye for now.